I think Crimson Desert looks too good. Yes, that's genuinely what I think, which that's either a huge compliment to the devs or it's cause for concern. Now, in case you missed it, the latest gameplay footage hit the PlayStation YouTube channel and their socials yesterday, and I've actually got some foundational issues with what they showed. This is sort of a reaction to that. Now, I did a full-on reaction to that in my live show, and I want to do some analysis as well, because ultimately that's what I think. I think Crimson Desert looks too good, which, as I said, that's either a huge compliment or it's a cause for concern. Now, this 15-minute footage running behind me hit the PlayStation channel, and like I said, I've got foundational issues with what they showed. I also want to do a little bit of analysis. So what are my foundational issues with what they showed here in this footage? Well, first and foremost, this footage is captured on PC, and I really don't appreciate that. If you're going to go to the PlayStation socials and their YouTube channel and post gameplay footage, that should be made very apparent. I honestly don't think you should be doing it at all. If you're going to give us a lengthy look at gameplay for the PlayStation channel and those who buy their game on PlayStation, it should be PlayStation gameplay. Now, somebody's going to point out, well, there's another trailer where you can see PlayStation gameplay. Well, it's like a release date trailer. It's not even 2 minutes long, and it's a lot of quick cuts and a lot of, like, not to me looking like genuine footage. It looks like they're doing quick cuts. It looks like they're cutting away a lot. And a lot of the footage in the PlayStation footage doesn't look nearly as good as what we're seeing here. That's another foundational problem I have with this. The footage here is just clearly cranked all the way up to like 11. The draw distance, the ability to see detail at great length is just bizarre to me. I'm not really sure why you would even do that. Also, within the trailer itself, there are visible performance issues. Now, that's not something that's sort of new to trailers recently. I'm always a little surprised that developers are willing to showcase their game in a way that is a little less than flattering. Seeing hitches and stutters and snags while the game is not really doing much in a couple of the sequences, just like the player walking, I think is a genuine cause for concern. But what about the analysis? Well, if you want to watch a super long breakdown, you can go check out the timestamp for my other stream. It's like 30 minutes of me combing through this video and pausing it and talking about it. The main cause for concern is the level of detail and render distance just doesn't actually make sense. There are areas where you'll be like up on a mountainside or climbing a cliff, and way, way, way out in the distance, the level of detail in the shadows and the lighting and even the resolution doesn't seem affected at all. This doesn't make any sense. Like, even if it's possible, I don't think you would do that. I don't think you would have the game running like that. That seems like an incredible waste of resources. Even your real vision doesn't work like this. Like, go somewhere where you can see really far, like a golf course or something. The further things get away from you, they become a little blurry. They become a little less distinct, harder to see. And in this, there's numerous occasions where my spidey sense just kind of tingles. I'm like, that doesn't look genuine. That doesn't look like how the game is going to look for really anybody. I mean, obviously, you know, roughly 1% of the gaming population might have a PC strong enough to do some of the things that we're seeing in this trailer, which only compounds the problem with this footage showing up on the PlayStation channel and the PlayStation socials. So, yes, I'm saying it looks too good. Not that that's a bad thing, but because I feel like we've been here before. And the other thing to say is, since the very first outings of this game, I have said that something seemed a little bit off. It seems too good to be true. There was a level of density with NPCs and enemies. There was a lighting and shadow and fidelity that seemed almost impossible to pull off and actually get good performance on consoles specifically, but even like mid-level rigs. If you look at the PC requirements, they're recommending like a 2080 graphics card. Like, that's not a very strong card in this day and age to pull off the things that they're showing in these trailers. Now, before you dismiss what I'm saying as like hate, I'm just trying to bring caution, because there is a pattern in the market. You show a trailer where the fidelity and the graphics are well beyond what ends up being delivered when the game finally comes out. And I've gotten pushback from people that are like, well, people saw this, people played this. Listen, vertical slices have been leveraged at preview events and capture events to give a false impression. This isn't our first rodeo where people come back from a capture event or a demo or some kind of a conference and they're like, oh my gosh, the game looked incredible. Well, you weren't necessarily playing playing the real game. You could have been playing a very small slice of the game that is used to really impress people. This is not the first time I felt like the final product is going to be massively divorced from the marketing. And I'm not talking about the quality of the game itself. I'm talking about performance. I'm talking about the level of graphical fidelity that they're showing in these trailers. Seems like something we aren't actually going to enjoy when the game comes out. The issue with me is I just want games to be shown. I've said this a lot recently. Just show me the game. Show me the raw gameplay. Don't show me something that is either some kind of trickery. We've seen games do this, right? They do simulated gameplay. They do a version of what sort of like is in engine, and they're like kind of giving you an impression of what the game is going to look like. But then the gameplay never ends up looking like this. We recently experienced this with Fable. I've tried to call out the fact that they were doing the same thing with State of Decay 3. It's like that's not genuine gameplay. In this, I feel like we're looking at genuine gameplay, but I feel like we're looking at gameplay on a PC that's either incredibly strong or it's such a limited scope vertical slice that they're able to crank everything all the way to the ceiling. To me, given this pattern, I think caution is totally acceptable. Mind's Eye and the day before are recent and very egregious offenders. I am not saying this game is doing what those games are doing, but those are extreme examples of when this goes wrong. You also have more recent examples like with Watch Dogs or with Cyberpunk. Those games obviously came out and were not what felt like scams. That's what the day before felt like. Mind's Eye was about as close to a scam as you could get. But at least Watch Dogs and Cyberpunk ended up being games that either got fixed or, in the case of Cyberpunk, a complete turnaround moment with Phantom Liberty. But at launch, those games were very much divorced from the marketing and everything we saw up to that point. So the point stands. When something looks too good to be true, it often is. And given the way that they're pushing PC footage to the PlayStation channel, and the PlayStation footage is in a separate sort of release date reveal trailer with very quick cuts and practically no solid lengthy looks at gameplay, I think these are red flags. The game is a month and a half away from release. Even in a recent interview about the game with Will Powers, he's the director of public relations for Pearl Abyss, when the performance on console comes up, he didn't really give a concrete answer. He said that it's still in the optimization phase right now. Well, you're a month and a half from launch and you can't give assurances about performance. We've seen games do this, right? Like well before the game comes out, they're able to tell you what they're targeting with performance mode or quality mode. We have answers that seem very non-distinct. I extended an offer to him to come on the show today and answer questions through Reddit. We'll see if he's able to make it, because I genuinely would like to know. I don't know. I'm probably not going to get any more answers than he's already given, though, because he just did the interview recently. We're a month and a half away from launch, and I still stand by my initial responses and even my recent thoughts. This game just looks too good. And again, that is either an enormous compliment or it's a cause for caution. I'm not trying to say that the game will be bad. What I'm trying to say is set your sights on games like this and just be a little apprehensive when the marketing comes out like this, when the trailers and the gameplay are revealed like this. When the footage seems a little bit too good to be true, there's a pattern that's pretty much the case. But those are just my thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Be sure to stop by a live stream, leave a comment below, and as always, please like, share, and subscribe. So let's get into this one, boys. I wanted to open the show with that because people were obviously very alarmed yesterday that I was saying that the game looked too good, right? That the game looked too good, and I leaned into it. I'm like, yeah, it does look too good. I'm here to tell you that this kind of marketing always gives me pause. It's like, is it really going to look like that when it comes out? Why are you putting really souped up PC footage on the PlayStation channel? And then captured on PC is at like the very, very end of the 15-minute trailer after you rerun footage. Like they replay footage at the end of the trailer before even showing you that, knowing that many people have said that, that they want to know where the game is captured. So if you're bouncing from the trailer before you even really get to see that moment, you might not know it. I went and read comments on the video, right? I went and read comments on Twitter, everybody is sort of mixed. There's people that are like, oh my gosh, this looks incredible. And there are other people that are like, yeah, is this even possible? There seems to be some growing skepticism about performance and about the graphical fidelity that they're showing because it just doesn't seem quite right. Something seems amiss here. Any response from Reddit? He said if he was able, he would try to stop by today. Jez Corden said he would try to stop by today because Jez replied to my tweet and he says, hey, I saw the demo. Believe it. Believe that the game is going to look like this. And I'm just like, man, oh man, that wouldn't be the first time that they came to an event, that a game company came to an event with a vertical slice and like blew everybody's minds, and then the actual game comes out and doesn't quite hit that level. It's an open world fighting game engine. Their classes are all insane. That's the thing about this is I'm looking forward to the game. I think the combat looks awesome. I think the premise looks cool. Lead character's name is a little hit or miss, Cliff, but whatever. You know, overall, I'm like, this looks like Red Dead Redemption and Skyrim had a baby. Like, this could be an excellent game. But the way you're showing it just makes me really, really pause. Yo, thank you so much, Hasayo. Taking the first shot today. Let me get my my members thing here up so you guys can start adding to the total. We are working on a pretty funny goal right now, and that is Han shot first, and so did you. The first gifted of the day gets us to 389. Thank you, Haseo. If you guys can hit stretch of 750, Madam has to play high guard. It's pretty out of reach at this point. You guys can unlock tomorrow night with 500. We did move the streams with Madam to Saturday night. It's easier for us to do it, and it seemed like it was easier for a lot more of you to show up and attend. They don't even have console specs. That's an eyebrow raiser. I hope they can figure it out. It's like you've been burned too many times, and this is the one that says they are different. It kind of feels that way. It's like, man, we've been watching trailers for a long time, bro. Like, this is not my first rodeo with trailers and gameplay that look like you're kind of over-promising, you know? Haseo comes in and wants to round it out. He's trying to bait somebody to do a 10 bomb. Let me add that one to the total. There it is, 390. We'll see if anybody steals it. Joker Quinn the Ruiner, as always, bumps it to 391. Yo, good morning, everybody over there on Purple as well. Make sure you're doing all the things. The stuff I heard about High Guard is insane. Yeah, I put out a video yesterday about toxic empathy, about High Guard. Make sure you guys check that out and watch that one. I made an adjustment. I made an adjustment to it because I think maybe it didn't look like High Guard initially. So I changed the thumb. Joker Quinn with another one coming in. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. How is their previous game? Is it impressive? Black Desert, an MMO, I think. I don't think Black Desert's blowing anybody away graphically. It's a perfectly fine game. Like people said that they got it to run really well on like older consoles and stuff, but like Black Desert Online is not really a game that's like wowing anybody with graphical fidelity. Zephyroth says, look at Black Desert Online on console and Black Desert Online on PC. Lono has a point. Not the same. Right, the ones on the footage I've seen on console, it looks fine. Like, it doesn't look bad. Mr. Anderson says, if you're a month out from release and you can't even speak to console performance, it's a massive red flag. The game is probably coming in very hot. The worry that I have is we've got what looks like a great game that's going to come out too early. That's what my gut tells me. It's like, I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm not trying to be toxic here. I'm trying to say, you guys have built something that looks like it could be an amazing game, and it looks like you're going to bring it to market way too early. Like, you haven't figured everything out yet. I'm always concerned when trailers look like this. It's almost like compensation. It feels like you're really overcompensating. You're like, man, we're not in the best spot just yet. Let's really make the trailer and the gameplay look about as good as we possibly can, instead of just showing the gameplay on the console. Because in the interview with Will Powers, he said there's footage you can find right now for the PS5. It's in one of the trailers. If you watch that trailer, it's vastly different than this trailer here, the 15-minute thing from yesterday. I find that to be annoying. It's like, so your PlayStation footage is chopped up. It doesn't look like raw gameplay. I can't see the heads-up display. I can't see the UI. Your camera's all zoomed in at weird angles. And then when you finally do give me what looks like raw gameplay where somebody's controlling the character and I can see the UI, it's on a PC and the graphics have been cranked. I mean, absolutely cranked. I'm like, that's not a good way to market your game, I don't think. I fundamentally disagree with that. I don't think companies should do that. I don't think you should be marketing your game in that way. Yeah, I'm going to reload the Twitch chat. There we go. Okay. Cyberpunk all over. I don't know if it's a Cyberpunk. I think of a game like Cyberpunk and Watch Dogs where, like, they showed a game at a fidelity that was largely divorced from the final product. Thank you, DK Bager, one of the single gifted kings around here. Bumps the line to 393. Thank you so much. There's also new info that there's 3 playable characters. Each character is going to have their own skills and weapons. You can ride around the world on a dragon. What's good, Ganks? Good to see you in the chat. They have an interview on IGN talking about optimization phase. Yes, and I've basically seen that he did Will Powers did an interview with a podcast, and then there's that IGN video. We're not getting very specific answers about console performance. We're getting what feel like evasive answers to a certain extent, is what they feel like. I'm not saying anything. I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but the answers feel like we don't have good answers to this yet. That's what it feels like to me. It's like, again, it's like, well, if you don't have those good answers yet, that causes even more concern here, because you've got footage out there right now on the PlayStation channel that PlayStation users are not going to get to experience. They're not going to get to experience that gameplay. They're not. That footage that is on the PlayStation channel right now is something that you can experience on a PC. It doesn't even remotely match the footage of PlayStation. Go and watch the PlayStation footage. It's vastly different. I'll show it to you in a work meeting, but just saying good morning. What's good, Ginger? Guys, don't forget I'm on Ginger's show later today at 1 o'clock. Yeah, Black Hokage and some other people did a podcast and had him on. For sure. Never played their previous game, but it looks like they can do this kind of action. I'm not talking about the action. I'm talking about the presentation. Yeah, I'm not talking about the action. The movement and the combat looks phenomenal. That was one of the first things I noticed about Crimson Desert. Was the gameplay. It was the movement. It was the quickness with which the characters and stuff could move. It really, really does look cool. That's why I said I'm looking at what looks like a great game that you guys are marketing in a way that I find very concerning. We were analyzing this footage yesterday. There's just something odd about the render distance and the detail way out far. It seems very strange. I don't pay attention to the PlayStation channel. Do they have PC gameplay on there regularly? Do they have the Witcher 4 trailer on there? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I've commonly seen trailers on their channel that was PC footage. I don't know if that's been very common. Let's see. If I search Witcher on their channel, there's a Witcher 4 cinematic reveal trailer. There's the Witcher 4 Unreal Engine 5 tech demo. That's what I'm seeing. I feel like at the very least, anybody who watches the tech demo of the Unreal 5 game thing, like they know that's not supposed to be seen as PlayStation footage. It's a tech demo. It's a presentation at an event. That's not, to me, is, I don't know. I don't feel like that's the same. Somebody could obviously research it and see. Guy hates game again. Keep killing it and proving these dummies wrong. What's good, Wired Rope? It all depends on how well it's optimized. Space Marine, I think is what you meant to say, is amazing on PS5, and Borderlands 4 is poorly optimized. Space Marine 2 did not run that great on the base PS5. I had all kinds of frame issues until I played it on the PS5 Pro. No idea why they put a max graphics PC footage on the PS5 channel. Right, because what you're going to do is you're going to get a bunch of people that buy the game, and they're like, no, this doesn't look like what they showed. Maybe I'm missing something, but nothing I'm seeing from Crimson Desert looks like a graphics powerhouse not capable of the PS5 or the PS5 Pro. If you have to, I don't want to do this again today. I don't want to overbake this cake. But you've got to go to scenes like this, Corey. Do it on your own monitor or your own phone. Anytime there is very, very far sight lines, the level of detail in the shadows, the lighting, and the resolution, I don't think I've ever seen it like this. It's like there is no drop-off. The level of detail, the resolution, the shadows and the lighting, it's like 1,000 yards away looks as crisp and as clean as like right in front of you. There ain't no way you're getting that level of detail and draw distance on the PS5. We went and looked at the PS5 footage. It looks vastly different. Haseo does another 2, and he's trying to set up the 5-bomb to 400. Thank you so much, Haseo. You're the man. Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to look bad. I'm saying it ain't going to look like that. There ain't no way. You're showing me something that when I go and look at the actual PlayStation 5 footage, it looks nothing like this. Haseo sets himself up and Wired Rope does a 5-bomb. They both do it at the same time. That's a tie. I'm going to give you guys each a gifted member. I'm giving each platform a gifted member for that. We're now exactly 20 away from the next milestone. I appreciate that so much, boys. Thank you. We are gonna gift one to each channel, and we'll see if anybody decides to drop that massive 20 bomb to get things really rolling. Once you guys get to 500, you've unlocked tomorrow night with Madam. If you go the distance beyond that, Madam has to play High Guard. That's our stretch goal this week. Yes, I'm gonna make her play High Guard tomorrow night. I really hope you guys can make that happen. We'll see, because I'm not gonna play it. All right, there's a gifted for each platform. This guy in chat says, you sound like a PS5 crybaby. I mean, you sound like a drive-by hater that doesn't want to contribute to the conversation. I think what I'm saying is very fair. I'm saying, show me what the game will actually look like on the PlayStation. Show the public that. Like, I think I'm being pretty discerning here and setting my expectations to a reasonable degree of like, this thing's probably not going to run that well on the PlayStation. I'm taking up for the public here and being like, don't make the public think something that isn't accurate. I have a very serious problem with that. I don't like marketing that does that. I don't like presentations that do that. The public needs to have an accurate depiction of the product that they are purchasing. I have been a stickler on this for a very, very long time. Yo, it's good, Feed. Good to see you in the chat. Good. What's good, Big Punk? The game does look too good to be true. That's my point. Is it's like I'm either paying this game an amazing compliment, or I'm calling for caution. Because if they pulled this off, and if this game looks like this when it's running on a PlayStation, by all means, you come back in here and you take your victory lap. I paid your game an amazing compliment. If it don't look like this on the PlayStation, then don't put this footage on the PlayStation channel. It's that simple. You're giving the consumer a false impression. You're giving the consumer a false version of the game. Like, look at there's even a stutter right there. That's one of the sections where there's a stutter. If you get this level of detail, fidelity, lighting, shadows on the PlayStation at launch, then by all means, man, we will all throw confetti in the air. Like, we will all throw confetti in the air. I'm paying them a huge compliment if they were able to pull this off on the PlayStation, if they're able to pull this off on the Xbox. Every single brick in this sequence has a shadow and has individual detail on it. Like, the level of detail in this game is absurd. If they pulled this off and it actually runs well, like 60 FPS, this is another example of, you need to do this on your own. You need to look at these sections on your own. Go to your phone, go to your monitor and look at these sections. Look how far you can see. The level of detail never drops. That is absurd. This doesn't even make sense from a development standpoint. You wouldn't do this. You're wasting processing power. If you've got a beastly rig, even you don't want the game doing this. This is not a good allocation of resources. You don't need the trees and shadows 1,000 yards away to look like this. You simply don't. It's not necessary. Your eyes don't even work this way. It's not even immersive. It's sort of like the opposite of immersive. This guy says, is this young man getting to stream full time? I appreciate you calling me a young man. I mean, I'm 44, and yes, I do stream full time. I'd be very impressive if it runs well on mid to high settings. It's not UE5. This is their own engine. Okay. Do you have something to say about that? They were questioned about console performance, and they can't give a solid answer yet. The game's coming out in a month and a half. Eugene says, I can tell watching a stream of a video on my phone, this is not a representation of console. Like, So if this engine is some kind of wizardry and some kind of a huge leap in achievement, well then talk about that, and then just show me console gameplay then. Show me it doing this level of detail at that distance on a console. I don't think you're going to see that. I think it's totally fair to call caution here and be like, y'all need to know that this game could struggle with performance, and it certainly isn't going to look like that on your console. The LOD and AC Shadows never dropped either. Devs now have tech to achieve it because they have dynamic LOD now. I don't agree with that. I played AC Shadows on my PS5 Pro. Homie, I'm telling you, the draw distance wasn't operating like that. I know for a fact it didn't look like that. That would have been talked about. That would have been in videos. Digital Foundry would have highlighted that and been like, the distance here and level of detail way out is absurd. It's not something that you commonly see. Listen, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You commonly have way out there. Everything's been lowered in detail and fidelity because it's a waste of resources. You're not even looking out there. I'm leaning towards it'll look better than you expect, Lono. What kills games on console is ray tracing. Death Stranding looks so good because it wastes no cycles on ray tracing. This game doesn't look like it has ray tracing to me. I mean, they show ray tracing in the caverns in that one presentation. The camera doesn't move, and it's not out in the open world. It's just in like a very small space. So if they have ray tracing completely turned off on console, yeah, maybe. I still don't think you're going to get this level of detail at distance. We've already looked at the PlayStation footage. It doesn't look as good as this. It looks downturned quite a bit. Warhawk with 27 months and a member plus. Good morning, sir. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. Let me add you to the total. Do you believe the rumor that PSSR 2 is coming out before this game to help it? No. It has global illumination. That's even more demanding. Wait, so is it going to run with RTGI on console? Have they confirmed that? Digital Foundry did talk about it. Ubisoft upgraded their engine big time for AC Shadows. Can you get me a clip where Digital Foundry confirms that AC Shadows has no drop in detail or texture fidelity or lighting way out at distance? Because I played the game, and I'm here to tell you, AC Shadows is one of the best looking games this gen, and I don't think I remember seeing that. I played that game a lot. I got like 40-something hours. I don't remember having that experience. If RT is off on console, then this trailer's even more deceptive. Winged Wheel comes in with another gifted member and gets us to 407. Thank you so much, Winged Wheel, for adding to the total. Why you got to bring something down even before it even hits the market? Who cares what the grass looks like as long as the gameplay is good? Tainted Grail of Avalon looks like crap, but wow, fun. Yeah, Tainted Grail of Avalon also launched with the massive performance problems and was not playable. Like a ton of people were dissuaded from purchasing because of that. That's something that people need to know about. What are you talking about? I cannot imagine hand-waving, showing a trailer of a game that doesn't look like how it's going to look like on console and trying to draw attention to that so that consumers don't get misled. And you're like, why you got to bring this down? Like, what does that even mean? So if there's a guy on a street corner selling something and I know it's snake oil and I tell people that it's not real, what are you going to tell me? Why you got to bring that guy down? If the public is being misled, I want them to know it. I want them to know that they're being shown something that's not authentic. I think that's something that should happen. I do, Mr. Negative. I think what you guys are doing is not engaging in the conversation. You're doing platitudinous insults, which means you're conceding that you can't say anything worth saying. I mean, insult me all you want. That I'm not talking about your family or your friends. I'm talking about a video game that's not even out yet. And I'm here to tell you, this does not look genuine. And they uploaded 15 minutes of gameplay to the PlayStation channel, and it's captured on a PC. You don't have a problem with that? You think that that's totally fine? A 5-bomb comes in from Mike Deasy. Let's add it to the total. You're basically like, yeah, go ahead and give me stuff that's not accurate. Give me stuff that's not honest. Toxic positivity. That's what I'm saying, man. Some of y'all are on this weird toxic positivity wavelength where anybody draws caution, they're a problem. I did the same thing with the day before, and I had people like you come in my chat and act like I was being a hater. I was trying to warn the public that the day before footage was fake, and it was. I warned people about Mind's Eye. I said, something's not right here. This doesn't look right. This looks fishy. And guess what? It was a pile of garbage, and the public was properly warned. Was I being negative when I did that? We just don't worry about games like you, sir. That's fine. If your approach to being a consumer is that level of care, that's fine. Not every consumer is like you. There are consumers in the chat here right now that appreciate when I do analysis and I say, listen, this doesn't look accurate. This doesn't look right. They appreciated when I drew attention to Redfall and Starfield and Mind's Eye and the day before. They appreciate it because they're like, well, they don't necessarily see it. I've been doing this for a decade. I can sense it right away when something doesn't smell right. I'm like, I don't know, boys. This seems too hard. This seems too good to be true. All these people are here trying to be contrarian on a very legitimate scrutiny of a third-party game. You know what always happens? None of y'all come back when I'm right. None of y'all come back when I'm right. When I was right about the day before, all those people never came back to the channel, ever. When I was right about Mind's Eye, they never came back. Guess what? If this game comes out and has performance issues and problems, and it doesn't look like this on the console, you ain't coming back. You ain't coming back. You're just here to run your mouth today. That's all you're doing. You're yapping. I'm at least yapping in a way that's instructive. You're just yapping. Trying to cook me. All you will do is kick me from chat and talk smack. What are you talking about? I've given you multiple opportunities to make an argument. Like, was I wrong to warn people about any of the games before? Should I not have done that? You've been watching me for 5 years. So then what's your take on when I answer honestly? What's your take on when I warned people about the day before and Mind's Eye? What was your take on that? Should I not have done that? Should I have just been positive? What should I have just been like, yeah, guys, everything looks great? If Lono can save me money, I'm about to listen. Yo, Wired Girl with 100 bits. People are allowed to be underinformed or misinformed. Just don't cry about it. We can agree to disagree without being a jerk? What do you mean? How am I being a jerk? You guys are the ones acting like I shouldn't be saying what I'm saying, and I'm pushing back and saying I have every right to say that. You said, why you got to bring something down? And I said, I'm not bringing it down. I'm bringing caution to the public and saying it's probably not going to look like that. It's PC footage on a PlayStation channel, brother. I'm not bringing anything down. I'm warning people. So my response to you saying why you got to bring it down, I wasn't being a jerk. Are you that sensitive that when you voice your opinion and you get pushback, you feel like the other person's being a jerk? My gosh, I don't feel like I was mean to you at all. I didn't name call. I didn't say anything other than bring something to the table other than like toxic positivity. Like, just be positive, man. Why you got to bring it down? Your coffee's good. Sorry to drop in and catch you at a bad time. You're not catching me at a bad time. I appreciate you saying that. Mind's Eye did stink, but I'm a 64-year-old gamer, and most gamers don't care about what it looks like as long as the gameplay is okay. Do you care if performance is bad? So you basically are totally fine with them showing you a trailer with lighting, detail, levels of fidelity, and graphics that don't even remotely represent what you play. You're just okay with that. I think that's weird, but hey, your life, you live the way you want to live. What about performance? What if it comes out and doesn't perform well? What if it has frame issues and stuttery issues? You think that's going to be enjoyable in the combat? Have you seen the combat? The combat looks incredible. It's one of the reasons this game got my attention. The combat looks nuts. It looks fast. It looks very responsive, very fluid. Do you want to be playing that with performance issues? Are you okay with that? That's another massive concern here, is they can't give firm answers on performance. I really want you to see the full picture here. Instead of making it about me, it's always interesting that when people come in here, you want to make it about me. Like, oh, you're being negative and you're doing this. Why are you making it about me? Look at the bigger picture. They just did interviews this week about the game, cannot answer definitively about performance on console. They're in optimization stages, and they have the nerve to put 15 minutes that looks like this on the PlayStation channel. You think that's totally fine? You think that's legitimate? You're doing interviews right now. There's no definitive answer on performance on console. None. And you put... Look at this. Look at the level of detail. Look at how amazing this looks. You put 15 minutes that looks like this on the PlayStation channel. You think that's totally legitimate? I have a serious problem with that. I'm not hating. Calling this hate is remarkable to me. Like, what if I'm right and this game comes out and has performance issues? What if I'm right and it comes out and it doesn't look like this on console? Because this is PC footage, brother. This isn't even PlayStation footage. Performance is my main concern, says Jaggy. Graphics second, because I think the graphics are possibly achievable on the Pro. I don't know, bro. I don't see the Pro pulling this off. What I'm looking at here is like high-level PC playing. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like 1% of the public is going to get the game to look like this. Like, come on. Categorizing what I'm doing is hate is a tried and true method that people use. It's a tried and true method. You're either in here as a defense force, which I'm trying to call caution, so you don't need to defend the game, okay? I'm trying to call caution. I'm not hating. I'm not calling the game bad. I'm saying I think y'all need to be cautious. This feels very strange to me. We have been here before. We have been here before. How's this image on PC? I'm not sure what you're driving at. Considered one of the best graphical experiences this gen. Oh, Forbidden West. Hang on, what did he say? I want to respond to he's got a bigger paragraph. Dude, it says at the beginning of the vids it was recorded on PC. Nope, it doesn't say that. False. You're saying something that is not true. This gameplay footage does not say captured on PC at the beginning. It says captured on PC at the very end. Isn't this trailer captured on PS5 Pro? No. Brothers, if you've been here before, you know I don't do this haphazardly. I watched this multiple times. It is at the very end. It says captured on PC. Just subbed. Your unbiased, no BS opinions are gold. Thank you. Just as a gamer, do you remember how many times we've been here? How many times we've seen trailers and footage and been told it looks and plays amazing, and then the game comes out and it's not true? It's happened so many times. Why are you so prone to defend and be like, oh no, this is totally fine? It's 15 minutes of PC gameplay. It's not on the PlayStation. I think you're exaggerating, and I don't understand why unless you have a hidden agenda. How am I exaggerating? I'm speaking in facts. I am speaking in facts. Let's just rattle off the facts. No exaggeration. The game comes out in a month and a half. Right now, they cannot give a definitive answer about console performance. In a recent interview on a podcast that happened this week, he cannot give a definitive answer. He says they're in the optimization phase. Number 4, the same day that the interview goes live, they upload 15 minutes of gameplay footage to the PlayStation channel that was recorded on a PC. 5th fact, the level of detail and fidelity in the trailer, in the gameplay footage, looks very, very good and impressive. That's not necessarily a fact. That's more my subjective opinion, but I think we all agree it looks really good. Okay, buddy, you're done. Stop it. I've already addressed the fact that Jez Corden said he played it. He might stop by the show and hop on the mic. Listen to me. We've been here before, bros. People go to conferences. They go to events. They go to capture events, and they play vertical slices. It's really easy to trick people with the vertical slice. I'm not saying that that's what they did. Track with what I'm saying here. Jez Corden says, I saw it on PS5. Believe it. The head of their PR says in an interview this week, he can't speak to performance because they're in the optimization phase. These things don't compute. They don't. That doesn't add, that math doesn't math. If the game looked that good and impressive and ran that well, why are you telling people, well, we're in the optimization phase right now, I can't really speak to performance? What? You got people saying they saw it in action and then it looked incredible. What did they see? They saw a vertical slice. That's what they saw. I just watch it. It does not say captured on PC until the end. Thank you. It does not say it at the beginning. Considering the not all images appear in the final game right before captured on PC, there's a good chance it's a vertical slice. Here's a tweet from Gaming Bolt. Crimson Desert Engine offers native 4K 60 FPS and ray tracing. Pearl Abyss focuses on optimization. Now, somebody asked a little bit ago, what if you're wrong? Homie, if I'm wrong, I'll be the first to do a video, and I'll hold confetti in my hand, I'll throw it in the air. I'll be like, I was wrong. They did it. This game looks this good and runs this well on console. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. There's already footage on PlayStation that doesn't look the same as the PC footage on the channel right now. It already looks different. It's very quick. It's harder to see. We've got another video. I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you. It's amazing to me that trying to call people's attention to potential issues or potential performance problems is like classified as hate. You want to talk about an agenda? It's like you're the one that seems to have an agenda if that's your take on what I'm doing. Jiminy Christmas. How dare I caution the consumer? So this is a minute and 40-something second trailer on the PlayStation channel. This is the release date trailer. Now, this trailer was captured on a PS5 Pro. You're going to notice something. You get no lengthy looks at raw gameplay. You get quick cinematic cuts like this. Now, he said in the interview this is all in-engine. Sure, but when you got the camera all zoomed in and positioned like that, that's not raw gameplay. That's not somebody on the sticks. That's something you did in the engine to capture. And then you can look right there. You can look right here. This looks nothing like this. Level of detail, resolution at distance, lighting and shadow at distance, not even remotely. This is on a PC. This, we're being told, was on the PS5 Pro. Now, there's a lighting difference, sure, but you can still look out at distance. You can look. You can see the level of detail, the lighting, the shadows. Also, everything is a very quick cut, and nothing's really moving here. Just the camera's kind of scaling, kind of scoping down. Eugene says, you're telling me this dev has outshined Gorilla and Kojima on their own hardware. Come on now. Well, this is why I'm telling you, the PlayStation footage, which you're watching right now, PlayStation 5 Pro, it's all quick cuts. It's all very cinematic. This isn't what I'm going to be seeing when I'm playing. The camera's all zoomed in. This could all be post-processed and cleaned up. There's no way to know. AOZ says it's called deductive analysis. Probability says it won't look like this video based on the info and the devs. Comparison with other technology leaders and past game performance. Lono is spot on. Thank you. I get deja vu every time we have to do this. Like every time I have to say, listen, y'all, I'm a little concerned here. There's something don't smell right. Something don't smell right here. The quality is less than Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't believe you, man. It doesn't make any sense that this can't be true. Need to preface more. Are you talking about console PC? This is a possibility. I mean, yeah, this is definitely a possibility on PC. I'm talking about 15 minutes of footage on the PlayStation channel that was captured on a PC at a level of fidelity and detail that you're not going to get on console. That's my issue with it. It still looks amazing. Oh, my word. See, but that's not what we're talking about. I am trying to say to you, if you buy this game on the console, I am worried about two things. Number one, I just gave, I think, pretty definitive proof that it will not look like this on your console. I think I just proved it by literally showing this footage on PC and then the console footage. So I think I've definitively proved that's concern number one, is you've got 15 minutes of footage right now on the PlayStation channel with 500,000 views. 500,000 people have seen that trailer, and it ain't going to look like that on your console. That's concern number one. Concern number two, it's going to have performance trouble. I think those are two significant and valid concerns. I think those are completely valid. In this day and age, I think what I'm saying is completely valid. To warn the consumer and say, I don't know about this, y'all. Something's off here. I don't think it's going to look like this. I think we just proved it's not going to look like that on console. And I'm worried about performance issues. I have my doubts on how this game will run across every platform. Capcom, for example, have bad optimization on PC and PlayStation. A lot of that's the RE engine in the open world environment. Yo, Punisher Matt coming in with 30 months and bumps a line. Says, I'm just going to say this is an MMO studio. If anyone doesn't expect issues at launch, you're delusional. I appreciate that, Matt. Thank you for 30 months, brother. Add another, says VDouble. If you buy this game on the recommended specs on PC, it will not look like this. Yeah, go ahead and buy it at the recommended specs. Run this on a 2080 and see if it looks like this. Go ahead. Go ahead. Buy the game on your 2080 rig and see if you can get it to look like this. That's the recommended specs GPU, by the way. That's the GPU level they're saying is recommended. Not minimum, recommended. Go ahead. Listen, if you're accustomed to buying games and playing them and getting like lower performance, you don't have to worry about what I'm saying. You don't. If you're kind of tired of buying a game that looks a certain way, and then when it shows up on your console or your PC, it doesn't look or run like the way you thought it was going to run. If that's kind of something you've grown tired of, then I think my caution probably lands on you a little bit more. Because I think in general, that's what we're looking at. We're looking at footage that has been intentionally crafted in such a way to make it seem like the game is going to look a certain way, and I don't think it's going to. Hard to believe Death Stranding 2 looks as amazing as it does on the Pro. Well, you have to understand something about Death Stranding and the Decima engine. Both Kojima Productions and Guerrilla have worked on that engine together. It's an engine that's proprietary and crafted for the PlayStation. This is a proprietary engine that's landing on multiple platforms. It is not the same. It's not the same. And I got news for you. If they had some kind of a breakthrough with their proprietary engine, then they would be just showing us the gameplay on the console, and they're not. Lona, you seem to be on this weird brigade lately, like you want to be the messiah of gaming. I don't have a response to that. That's one of the dumbest things I've ever read. Sorry. You just made me buffer in real life. That doesn't make any sense. Trying to warn consumers about bad products. If you think I have some kind of a messiah complex, sorry for trying to warn people about games that are problematic. You know, forgive me for warning people about The Day Before and Mind's Eye and High Guard and the latest Fable showcase. I'm so sorry. I don't really have a response other than that. Thank you for 2 gifteds, Mr. Stonespire. He puts us 10 away from 425. I don't understand, man. I don't get it. Here's what I think is going on. Let me do an assessment. Let me do an assessment of what's going on. You're excited about a game, and you think that I'm trying to yuck your yum or ruin the party. That's what you think I'm doing. That's what you think I'm doing. I'm not doing that. I've not once said this will be a bad game. I've not once said to don't pre-order it and don't be excited. I've not said that. I've said, listen, y'all, this is all the red flags we've seen for other games. You're breaking down a trailer captured on PC and saying it won't look like this on console. Like, what if you didn't know that? I don't know what to tell you. Okay, Brett. Let me just walk you through the logic here. Just walk you through the logic. They dropped 15 minutes of gameplay footage on the PlayStation YouTube channel, and they don't show until the very end that it's captured on PC. They not only do they wait until the very end to show that it was captured on PC, they show it after they repeat footage. We all know that when you're watching a showcase or a presentation and they start to repeat footage, you know, oh, the video's over. We're getting to the end. It's that ending montage where they repeat footage. I don't know about you, but I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that. It's like that feels like the public is being given a very false impression of the game. It feels like a very false version of the game. So you're expecting 500,000 people to watch that trailer all the way to the end and be like, oh, it's captured on PC. Yeah, I expect it to not look like that at all on my PlayStation. Why not mad at Sony? I guess I'd have to question how the trailer got here. Like, because I'm kind of with you. I feel like Sony should say, we don't want to put out a trailer of PC footage. That doesn't make any sense. That's not good for our customer. So yeah, I think Sony deserves some criticism here as well. I think PlayStation should be like, what? Now, maybe this slips through the cracks. PlayStation's publishing like 20 videos a day on their channel. Maybe they just get sent this stuff from the offices and the publishers or whatever. It comes over as marketing, and they're like, thanks so much. Schedule that for Tuesday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And that's all they do. I am the customer saying, hey, PlayStation, I think you should do better due diligence. I don't think you should put in PC footage on your dadgum channel. You got 16 million subscribers. I think you should respect the trust that those people have given you to not do that. You got 500,000 people, 544,000 views. 500,000 people have watched that trailer. I think PlayStation should respect that trust. I don't think they should do that. I'm not happy about this. I tweeted about it. I don't think any of us should accept this. I think we should be like, hey, flag on the play. No. What are you doing? Imagine the Nintendo Switch doing this. Let's just put the shoe on the other foot. Imagine the Nintendo Switch promoting Elden Ring or Cyberpunk or something, coming to Switch 2, and they use PC footage. Would you be okay with that? Would that be fine? Would you be like, well, who really cares about performance? I'm a gamer, and I don't care about performance and graphics. Sure, whatever. I don't even believe that. Would you be okay with that? Nintendo consumers subscribing to the Nintendo channel and seeing a trailer for a game and it's PC footage? That's fine? Derek says, almost an hour in, we're looping. Keep in mind the astronomical illiteracy rate in the U.S. and almost everything makes more sense. Half the population has TikTok ChatGPT brain. They won't notice. Let's say that's their outlook, that you're not going to notice. That makes it worse, honestly. Legend says, if I'm a PS5 owner looking at a trailer on the PlayStation channel and it's PC gameplay, WTF am I supposed to do with that? Right, it's meaningless. It's like, thanks so much for showing me what a guy with the 5090 is going to get to do. Like, what? You don't even know, though, there's more to a game than how it looks? That's a platitude. You're not engaging with the discussion. I've not yet talked about the game's quality. When I talk about the game's quality, I say combat looks incredible. It looks like Red Dead Redemption and Skyrim had a baby. It looks like a great game that's potentially coming out too early. I'm not talking about the game's quality. You're getting platitudinous about something that doesn't apply. We should not be okay with this. We should say, hey, don't do that. We're the consumer. You answer to us. We're the ones that are going to buy your game. We just had this big row about high guard and toxic people and hate. You answer to us. You're trying to get us to buy your game. You should, I've been saying this for 4 years, have standards. Demand better. Don't be like, that's fine. Lie to me. Like, that's fine. Mislead me. No. Stand up and be like, absolutely not. Don't do that. Show us what the game is going to look like on the console that I'm buying it on. If they did that on Nintendo's channel, of course you would say that. Of course I would say what? We're the consumer. You're the consumer. What? The entire purpose, this kills me. This absolutely kills me. This is just like the high guard discussion. The entire purpose of these trailers, of these gameplay showcases, is to convince you to buy the product. They're showing you the product that you're not going to get to experience. And you're like, that's fine. I don't care. Oh, all right. Okay. I've got some super chats to thank. Social Destruct says, Dev said they're in the optimization phase and settings will be different based on PC and console hardware. They said TBD and it will be revealed later. So yes, Lono, you're very correct. This was sus. And then Super Googly says, who just mentioned my 5090? What's good, Super Googly? Guys, make sure you're hitting the like button. It's getting a little spicy. It's getting a little hot in here. Because, I still to this day, after all the years I've been doing this, I don't understand. I can't empathize. I don't sympathize. I cannot fathom consumers that are okay with being misled. It doesn't make sense to me. People hand-waved when I pointed out stuff like when the Series S trailer got unlisted. People hand-waved that. And it's like, what? Why are you okay with that? You're going to hand wave trailers and presentations that don't accurately represent the product? Come on. I don't understand. Omar's got a quote here. We'll show 4K 60 native, sure, with ray tracing on, and that's not done through DLSS or FSR. That's done natively in Engine. And then if you want to go further optimize, then you can tweak all the settings and do all those things. But we want to show that you don't have to. Like, the game itself should be able to stand on its own. I'm not going to say that the game is absolutely perfectly optimized, but within the engine, it's using every single thing. So it's as optimized as it can be without that space. That's not possible otherwise. And so rendering thousands of trees within draw distance, it does those things better than off-the-shelf engine could. That's bold of them to say. We'll see, says Omar. While confirming that the PS5 Pro support for Crimson Desert with options to disable the excessive particle effects, further details have yet to be revealed. Yeah, I for one, am going to turn off all those particle effects. Ain't no way those aren't going to cause issues in combat. There's just too many of them. I said that was going to cause issues in Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. I was like, it's too many particle effects, and it caused issues in the fights. There were stutters and frame issues. And then Tides of Annihilation, I said the same thing. The first time we saw Tides of Annihilation, I said, y'all, there's just too much going on. That's going to cause performance issues. The most latest gameplay footage of Tides of Annihilation, there are frame issues in the trailer. So yeah, in this game, same deal. I'm going to turn off all that particle effect. There's just too much of it. It's like, what are you doing? Like, it's like a buzzing world of leaves is like around the player. I'm like, ain't no way that's not going to mess with performance, especially as fast as he's moving in the combat. The combat looks incredible. It looks like a game I played before. Now that I don't agree with. I think the combat in this looks very unique and very fun. That was the thing that got my attention right away. It looks like for a game of the size and scope that it is, it seems like they really, really delivered on what looks like a very action-oriented and very tight combat system. That's sometimes for open world games and like RPGs and stuff, you don't get that. You get something that's a little bit more, basic and not quite as action-focused. So the combat itself got my attention like right away. I'd like a good chunk of gameplay footage on PS5 in the middle of Feb. Listen, that's all I want. It's all I want. I said that going into the Xbox Developer Direct. What do you want, Lono? I want lengthy, uncut gameplay of Fable, and I didn't get it. And when I called that out, and I pointed out all the red flags, I get a bunch of grief and a bunch of ridicule. Okay, fine. If that's your response to basic observations, that says more about you than me. Same deal here. We're close. It's a game that from the very first time I set eyes on Crimson Desert, I said, something is off here. It looks too good to be true. It looks so ambitious. It looks like performance is going to be a significant problem. And here we sit, a month and a half before it comes out. I've got 15 minutes of PC gameplay on the PlayStation channel. You don't let me know it's PC gameplay until the last seconds of the video, and the footage seems too good to be true. I don't even feel like that's confirmation bias. I feel like that's just confirmation. It's just like, yeah, my concerns have been valid every step of the way. And then you do an interview same day, or the interview gets published same day, where you can't give a definitive answer on console performance and you say you're in the optimization phase. If you're in the optimization phase and you can't give definitive answers about console performance, then why in the world are you showing 15 minutes of PC gameplay on the PlayStation channel? Why? These are questions that you should be asking. These are questions that are fair and legitimate. It's not hate. Anybody who couches this as hate either has an agenda against me and they want to make everybody think that I'm out here being some grifting hater instead of somebody who's trying to inform the public. So you either have an agenda or you're just so full on defense force you don't want to hear anything about this game that's going to kill your buzz. I'm not trying to be a buzzkill. I'm every time we've had these conversations, every time we've looked at something that a company is doing, I'm on the consumer's side. I'm like, don't fall for this. Don't think this is going to help you. Whether it's a giant acquisition or footage like this or trailers like that. I'm always trying to say, man, as a consumer, you got to be aware there's something going on here. Ready to pre-order my PC. Yeah, if you've got a beastly rig, you don't have anything to worry about as far as I can tell. Omar says, I have a strong suspicion now, the more I watch, that they sharpen this footage in post-production. I said that yesterday, and Zubair said something similar, Omar. He said, look at the grass. He said, look at the grass. It's like they turned the sharpness all the way up to 11. It doesn't look right. It's like, huh? It's like, my eyeballs don't work that well outside. It's like, go to a wooded area. Go look at some trees. My eyes don't even look at the world this good. It's like everything's so vivid. It's almost like it's too much. It's like, why? It's to me, it's almost immersion breaking because it looks so ridiculous. It looks so ridiculous that it's like, it doesn't feel realistic. It feels like you're trying, it's almost like an Instagram filter or something where you can sense something has been done to the footage. You're like, huh, what? Even just like on the map, the lines are ridiculously sharp. AOZ says, look at previous comments. But how can you audit potential? A developer needs to show pre-launch footage that would resemble post-launch. The devs needs to say quality may vary at launch. Hang on, what are you saying, AOZ? Let me read some of your stuff here. I would say having many rules about pre-launch footage for third-party developers is unfriendly and difficult to manage. Developers know that they can't show post-launch quality pre-launch. Consumers aren't as understanding. Oh, right, like PlayStation dictating what comes to their channel. For sure. I'm not trying to pin blame on PlayStation, but I'm also kind of like, PlayStation, I really do think you have to respect the trust that people have given. Like, if they subscribe to your channel, all 16.7 million people who have subscribed to the PlayStation channel or follow you on Twitter, I think you should respect that trust and say, listen, if you're going to send us footage that's on PC, we're not going to sit here and be nanny state and dictate what you can and can't do. We want that stated in the first seconds of the footage. We don't want that at the end. We don't want our consumers to be given what is essentially a bill of goods. It's like, this is not what it's going to look like for the people who buy it on our system. That breaks trust. Lona says, go outside and look at trees. They aren't that sharp. Chat, what? Telling me to touch grass and stomp on it? The audacity. I think some rules would be good, like make the label appear at the beginning of the video. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. You got to protect the consumer from this kind of stuff. This is not new. This is not our first rodeo. That's why I'm surprised I'm getting so much pushback. I'm very shocked at that. This isn't our first rodeo. So many devs have done this. And people are then really mad because they bought it and it's like bad or has problems or glitches or bugs or whatever. Yote was great, just short. Short? I got like 60-something hours out of it. Short? Ollie on Digital Foundry said that the last footage he saw looked native 4K and it was running on top AMD CPU GPU, only hitting 40 to 50 FPS eyeballing it. He couldn't access the settings. Yeah, the Digital Foundry video that I reacted to a while ago, that gave me a cause and concern. It did. The way they were talking about it, it was like, it didn't seem like they could get like a wrangle on the game. It seemed like they were sort of like, yeah, it kind of looked like this. I kind of couldn't tell. It was hard to really see. It was like, what the heck? Like, you know, and Jez Corden's going to try and stop by the show today. He hopped on my tweet and he said, no, I saw it on PS5. Believe it. That's Jez saying, no, it looks and runs this good on the PS5. And I'm like, I think they showed you a vertical slice. I think they're playing games. I do. I think they're playing games. I don't think this thing's ready. I think it's going to come out and need some tender love and care. And that's not an indictment of the game. That's an indictment of sort of the publishing deal of like, well, we got the marketing beats and we got the pre-order benefits and we got our release date. All of that is sort of separated from the game itself. Look at what happened to Jedi Survivor. That was a great game. It was like one of my favorite games the year that it came out, and it came out like a year too early. It had so many problems. It still is not in a great spot on PC. What's a vertical slice? Okay, so imagine a video game is like a big giant cake, all right? And you slice out just one piece of it, a level, a mission, a piece of the world, and you make sure that slice runs perfect. It's not attached to the whole game. It's a smaller install. That's all it is. I've been using terms this morning that maybe people aren't aware of, so I appreciate you asking that. It's like, I don't know what vertical slice is, and now it's been too long, I'm afraid to ask, right? Like that meme. So you bring that to an event, and so when someone's playing that, it's giving them a sample of the game. The issue is for games this size and this substance and how demanding games like this are, it can be very easy to essentially trick people with a slice of the game that is not the game. Does that make sense? It's like they did this with Watch Dogs. Do you remember the Watch Dogs footage that had like homies, coat was blowing in the wind and leaves were blowing by, and we're all like, oh my gosh. And then we found out they were running them on like really, really high-end PCs, and then the Watch Dogs game came out, and it didn't look like that, like, at all. So there's definitely opportunities for that to happen. Like, remember Redfall? Remember Reach? Remember Redfall? All those homies came back from the capture event, and like there were some concerns about performance. I remember like Maddie Plays had some concerns, but by and large, people came back from the capture event, and some of them have even said that what they played at the capture event wasn't what launched. It was like different. It was maybe better, optimized better, running better. I don't know, but they were like, yeah, what we played is not what released. Nick says, the backlash you're getting is from people who were trained to hate you regardless of the topic. Most people are calling it sus. My tweet exploded somehow too. Nick, I think I'm in good company. The gaming world is larger than the sycophants and the people with like Reforge, derangement syndrome. The internet is so much bigger than those people. I always trust that these things will land in the favor of truth and just good observation. Like, I went and looked at the comments, and people are like, this looks too good to be true. This looks crazy. How is this possible? Like, there is skepticism, and I think it's totally fair and healthy. Skepticism and caution isn't hate. Anybody calling this hate is a liar. They're lying to you. They're running a narrative. They are lying. I am not hating. Calling this hate is so dishonest. That is willful dishonesty and an attempt to deceive. I am sitting here calling for caution, apprehension, and skepticism. That's not hate. Hate's when you're like, this game's going to suck, this game's bad, don't buy it, this game's trash. That's hate. Calling for consumers to be cautious and apprehensive or skeptical, calling that hate is just the most absurd use of the word hate. Like, absolute misuse of the term. Absolute misuse of the term. You're going to say it? Redfall was fun? Listen, man, to each their own. Watch Dogs, Cyberpunk, No Man's Sky, Starfield, The Day Before, Dragon's Dogma 2, Redfall, Mind's Eye, Ghost Recon, Breakpoint, and so on. So much fake console and even PC footage that misled people. Thank you. Thank you. Listen, homie, we already timed you out once, man. You're just spamming, brother. Like, Malachi Smith, is that how I say your name? Malachi Smith? That is so, like, listen to that laundry list of games. Oh, golly, I hate that that's a thing. Watch Dogs, Cyberpunk, No Man's Sky, Starfield, The Day Before, Dragon's Dogma 2, Redfall, Mind's Eye, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, so much fake console and even PC footage. Like, that's such a good list. Redfall was crunchy and punchy, though. The past is the past. I mean, I totally get wanting to receipt pull people that were out there kind of like trying to promote Redfall, but I also think a lot of people got bamboozled, and so I don't like everybody getting swept up there. I don't. I think there are people that went to that Redfall thing, they came back, they tried to be sort of generically positive, and they got swept up, and everybody thinks that they were like, you know, like they shouldn't be trusted or something. It's like I fault the devs and whoever handled that capture event and any of that. I fault them. You shouldn't even had a capture event for Redfall, for Pete's sakes. It's like people that were included in the preview event for Mind's Eye. They were like watching it through a stream or whatever the heck. Yeah, I don't think that those people were like, yeah, it looked kind of weird and there were some problems, and yeah. They pulled a Keeley. Listen, I've been to those events, so I feel bad for anybody that goes and like comes away from it and is like, yeah, I don't know, man. That was kind of not great. They got to come back and like be careful, basically. They don't want to burn a bridge with the entire platform and publisher and be like, yeah, it was bad. So they're kind of generically positive. Nobody likes to burn a game down from a preview event because the preview event could be, you know, issues could be patched and what have you. So I totally understand like wanting to come back from a preview event and be like generically positive, and I feel bad for people that do that and then the game ends up being terrible. You know, there were people that did that with Marathon and then the game got delayed, and then there were people that did that with High Guard, and look at High Guard. People went, I mean, I don't know about you, but I would not want to be one of the people that came back from the High Guard event being positive about it. That's not a good look. That's not like a receipt pull you want people to pull out when they're irritated with you or want to call you into question. You know, yeah, well, you came back and told us that High Guard was good. Like, I completed Redfall twice, Lono. It was a dry month. Don't judge me. Jack, you know, I think I will judge you. Like, what were you doing, man? What were you doing? You couldn't read a book or something? Like you couldn't take up cycling or knitting or I don't know. You could have just went and read books to old ladies at the nursing home. You know what I'm saying? You could have visited Auntie, and you're playing frickin' Redfall twice? Come on, bro. I am judging you. This man twice? Kevin, he hit me twice. Like what? Wet Wrinkle says it's fast food marketing is all it is. Go through your backlog. Yeah, how do you not have a backlog? I hate spending money and getting excited for things that aren't what they are and misled me. It's not right and unacceptable to me. I'm right there with you, man. And I think it's fair. I think it's fair to... I said this about High Guard multiple times. It's very applicable. I said this about High Guard multiple times. Marketing cuts both ways. It cuts both ways. You are coming to the consumer and you are saying, here is the game. Here is the gameplay. Here is what it will look like. Here is how it will feel in play. You are doing that in an effort to get them to purchase the game. It cuts both ways. We have every right as consumers, content creators, whoever, we have every right to do analysis of that and say, this looks bad, this looks janky, this looks misleading. We have every right to do that. There are two sides of this coin. This idea that the only response to marketing is excitement and praise or just disinterest and don't talk about it, that is such a false dichotomy. It is. That's a false binary. You're trying to make it like it's a 0 or a 1. When a trailer comes out, when gameplay comes out, you either be excited and on board or just express your disinterest and move on. Why are you still talking about this? I had people ask me why I was still talking about High Guard. I'm like, it just came out. It just came out. What do you mean, why am I still talking about it? We're watching a game in front of us dissolve, and you're like, Just move on and stop talking about it. What? What? What do you mean? Why? It's almost like somebody just wrecked the car and you're outside the car standing next to it and you're like, man, why did you run that red light? And they're like, can we just move on? They're like, can we just move on? Why are you bringing it up? It's already happened. It's like, what do you mean? It just happened. What are you talking about? We're standing in the wreckage of the accident, and you don't want me to bring it up? Jiminy Christmas. Hey, Reforge, has anybody ever asked if we would get a playable demo of Crimson Desert for the public? Any demo release announcements? No, No. I don't think they're going to give you a playable demo, my friend. I don't think so. That was like 3 seconds ago. Just move on, but I'm going to keep bringing up Concord. Listen. You should keep bringing up Concord. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to keep bringing up High Guard in the future. Do you want to know why? It's the same reason that we study history. You're doomed to repeat it if you don't study it. So it's like, all right, well, here you go. Listen, keep bringing those games up. Do it. You guys that don't like PlayStation, I think you should bring up Concord every opportunity. Don't let them forget. Don't let the pony channels forget. Don't let PlayStation forget. Bring it up every opportunity you get. Do you want to know why? It makes it more likely that it doesn't ever happen again. You know? Hating no, nitpicking yeah, there's PS5 footage of it. Yeah, we watched the PS5 footage. It looks like 1,000% different than the PC footage. It's also a bunch of quick cuts and no raw gameplay. All the camera angles are shoved in cinematic. Yeah. You go ahead and watch that PS5 footage, homie. You go ahead and watch it. And if you don't see an enormous difference between fidelity, quality, as well as just how they've packaged it, it's 1 minute and 45 seconds compared to 15 minutes of gameplay on PC. Laura Fryer did a good High Guard video, echoed a lot of Lono's thoughts. Yeah, I'd like to get Laura Fryer on the show. I really like her. I may end up reacting to that video, but it'll probably be next week. I don't like jumping on somebody's video when it's that fresh, and as far as I could see, I think her video was kind of crushing. I thought our video was going to do very well last night. I changed the thumbnail. I didn't look at it until this morning, and I was like, that doesn't even look like High Guard, so I switched it. You got to use that main guy, or people might not even know what it is. It was like the guy screaming, and I was like, It was like I should have caught that maybe a little bit earlier. I think sometimes when you only have so many images to use, we try to switch because we kept having to use the same High Guard image. But when you do that, people don't know what you're talking about. High Guard's not a Concord 2. Yeah, I think it kind of is. Just because it flew a little bit higher doesn't mean the plane's not still crashing, brother. You know what I mean? If a plane takes off and doesn't get off the runway and crashes, and another plane takes off and it crashes, a mile later, homie, they both crashed, brother. Like, you really gonna interview the pilot and he's like, yeah, but I made it a mile, and Ted over there, he didn't even get off the runway, so I think we know who's gonna still be working. I'm fired. Oh yeah, I'm fired. We're both fired. Sorry. Like, it's like they both crashed, brother. Like, I don't know. If High Guard's still around in a month, I will be shocked. I just can't see it. The player base is just gonna absolutely hemorrhage down to untenable levels. I just don't think so. 4K on Steam right now, but okay. I'm not sure what you're saying, FCat. Are you saying 4K on Steam like it's not Concord, or are you saying that it is? I feel like it's basically Concord. Staying in the air a little bit longer doesn't change anything in my mind. If they're test planes, then the one was more successful and would receive recognition. All right, Eugene. Don't start hijacking my analogy. Hey, that's a good pun because it was about planes, right? Anyways, don't start hijacking my analogy, sir. Oh, goodness. It's just, it's one of those things, bros. Can we get 200 likes on the video, guys? We're only about an hour into the stream, man. Killer day. Thanks so much for being here. Guys, make sure and check your Prime renewals. Make sure and check your member renewals on YouTube. I greatly appreciate so many people being here. I really, really do. We've had a really, really great start to the year. And if you've never done a membership before on YouTube, that is how I do this full time. So for $5 a month, you get a badge, emotes, and access to our Discord. It supports me directly, and it's, a cup of coffee a month. And that member pool is something that we really need to grow this year because that is how I do this full time. Same thing with Purple. When it hits 500 on the week, I do a fun segment on Saturday with my wife where she reacts to gaming news. So make sure you guys are here for that tomorrow night. You're probably going to unlock this by the end of the day. We're pretty close. If you can get it to 750, then she has to play High Guard tomorrow night, which will be hysterical. Thank you to the trolls for added splash of spicy. That's true. That's true. The trolls that want to come in and keep the spicy going. That's definitely enjoyable. We appreciate that. I played both, and Concord was more fun and polished than High Guard. It is interesting, isn't it, that the game that crashed and burned even faster was actually at a better level of optimization and quality. Concord had no problems, no bugs, no glitches. It ran very well. But nobody played it. And then this game's had more people play it, but it has optimization issues and problems. Apparently, they said that there's no mouse acceleration in the game, and then somebody's like, oh, no, it's there. I don't know what you guys are talking about. It's a bizarre world, man. I'm hoping Crimson Desert runs well on the Pro, says Amskin. I don't need the highest graphics, just good performance. Amskin, that's always where I come from. If you can just give me 60 FPS, brother, I'm good. I don't need every rock to look like it's got perfect shading and lighting on it. I don't need that. Yo, thanks for using your Prime. Kel Bob over there on Purple, bumping the line by 1. I appreciate that so much. If you guys are paying for Amazon Prime, that's something you can do every month on Purple, and it does support me. It's just included in your Prime subscription. And if you haven't hit subscribe yet on YouTube, do me a favor and do that. You don't have to subscribe to talk in the chat. We don't require that anymore. I want you to subscribe because you're going to come back, not just so you can talk for a few minutes. I didn't think that made much sense. Johnny Always resubs over there with his Prime. He says, and another one with 56 months. Thank you so much, getting us to 417. 60 FPS and not do what Final Fantasy 16 did. Yeah, I was very critical of Final Fantasy 16 for that reason, and they still haven't done anything about that. If you're playing Final Fantasy 16 on a base PS5 and you're on that performance mode, it's terrible. As soon as you're outside of combat, it looks awful. Even on the Pro, it was bad in that one town. For the most part, it was tolerable on the Pro. There's 60 FPS and there's FF7 Rebirth blurry 60 FPS. Hey, thank you so much for the raid, Snow. Bringing her viewers over here. I appreciate it so much. Peekaboo from Snow. Guys, Snow is a long-time member of the community. Known her for a while. I think we can do SO Touch of Snow. I think that's a way we can shout out. Is that the command? I think that's the command. Or do I have to actively type shout out? I might have to actually type it. Hang on. There it is. That makes her clickable. Rob Hollywood says, it looks good, but it also looks like it may be trying to do too many things at once. When you say that, Rob, what do you mean specifically? Do you mean at a graphical level, or are you talking gameplay? It does seem like a pretty involved game. It does. God of War TV cast is on point. Homies, let me tell you a little something about Mandy Patinkin, okay? We are in for an absolute treat. We are in for an absolute treat. Mandy Patinkin is Odin. Homie, they cooking over there. They cooking. That show's gonna be so good. They can't screw it up now. You got the Patinkin. You know what I'm saying? You got Indigo Montoya. You can't mess up now. I love Batingan. Oh, man. He's great. He really is. Thank you. Hope you're well. I'm doing great, Snow. Indigo. Not Indigo. Sorry, Indigo. Indigo Montoya. I always, as a kid, said Indigo. Indigo Montoya. Yeah. Oh, man. You have 6 fingers on your right hand. Someone's looking for you. No, left hand. 6 fingers on your left hand. We are men of action. Lies do not become us. God of War is one of my favorite IPs ever. I hope they do it justice. I'm pumped, dude. I'm very, very pumped. You named your cat Indigo? That's good. It's good. You said to go back to the beginning. Guys, we got a hype train going on Purple right now. That's a good opportunity to push this number with gifteds or resubs. Love that movie. Oh, it's wonderful. It's a great movie. He's good in Homeland. Yeah, that's a show I need to watch. Crimson Desert is giving off Where Winds Meet, but I have 100 hours in Where Winds Meet, so I'm down. What do you mean by it's giving off Where Winds Meet? What do you mean by that? Hey, Wired Rope's going to try and make this move over here. A 5-bomb over there on Purple. Someone help this man out, dude. He's like the lone gunman lately with the gifteds on Purple. If this hits 425, I owe a member. Whoever hits it gets it. Whichever platform hits it gets it. Thank you guys so much. We're 3 away. I'm more interested in Masters of the Universe than God of War 1. Yeah, I'm going to be a debt. Now listen, Incredible Black. Listen, that's not funny. That's a sore subject, okay? That's not funny, bro. You know what I mean? We're in here just trying to have a good time. We're just trying to be excited about things. I don't know why you got to bring in your negativity. I don't know why you got to bring the vibe down, you know, with your quotes from season 2. Ugh. I heard good stuff about Where Winds Meet. If you're looking for a good live service game that, as far as I can tell, respects the player's time and has a lot of great systems and action and things to do, oh yeah. Okay, level was up way longer than expected. Need to be up with the kiddo. Sick, 14-hour stream this time. Gonna lurk and listen as I unwind. Thanks for being you. Unwind away, Snow. Always good to see you. Hopefully I don't make Kratos cry in the shower like they did. Come on, dude. Quit bringing up Master Cheeks. We don't need to talk about that. Oh, my goodness. Crimson Desert is giving fake video game vibes. Here's the thing I want to make sure that we say, okay? I know I put fake on the thumbnail. You know, I'm being provocative. I'm getting people in here to talk because I'm not saying it's fake. I'm not. I'm saying we should pay attention. That's what I'm saying. We should pay attention to these things, and we should be aware when we're watching footage and we're watching presentations that ain't exactly lining up with what the game's going to be at launch, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, there are people, I've seen people, I've had people leave messages, I've seen comments and tweets and things that people are like, this is fake. And I'm like, it ain't fake. It isn't fake. I genuinely think that this footage that they put on the PlayStation channel, I think like 1% of the player base is going to get to play the game at this level of fidelity if they want decent performance. Like, I think like 1% of the player base. Guys, there's a minute left on the hype train on Purple. Somebody's got to help out poor Wired Rope over there. The day before was a fake game. Yeah. This is not a fake game. People have played this. People have been very impressed by this. I don't think that's in question. This is not a fake game. This is a real game. I think they've got a great vision and idea. Like I said, this really strikes me as like Red Dead Redemption meets Skyrim. Like, it's a really, I just think there's a lot here that looks good. I just worry that they need about a year more of time to get this thing ready for prime time. You see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like you need more time with this. I don't. If you're talking about optimization a month and a half away and you don't have any definitive answers and you're showing gameplay like this, I think these are all genuine causes for concern. Mind's Eye was an exception for not looking fake at first sight. I mean, I thought Mind's Eye looked fake at first sight. I mean, some people agreed with me. A lot of people didn't. I tried to draw attention to the Mind's Eye thing. The first time we saw Mind's Eye, I said something. I was like, I don't know about all that, boys. I don't know about all that. There's something off. Something don't look right. They're not showing the gameplay in a genuine way, you know? There's a ton of fog. Night and day difference with the new footage. Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I'm just saying, I would like to, before the game releases, right, before we get to the Crimson Desert release date, I want to see Crimson Desert gameplay, uncut, lengthy, and on the PlayStation. That's what I want to see. You show it on the Pro too. I guess that's okay. That's fine. That's what I want to see. I want to see what I'm going to experience and what the vast majority of people buying this on the PlayStation console or even Xbox are going to experience. I think that's a fair request. That's going to be my kind of continued theme and continued request for these types of games and these types of presentations. I'm going to continue to say, hey, let me see the whole thing. I don't want something spliced up. I don't want something chopped up. It's not what I want. I want to see the real thing. No fakes. No phonies. Who's Mandy playing? Mandy Patinkin's going to play Odin, which I think is a really, really smart casting choice. We need it uncut and lengthy. That's right, boys. That's right. Uncut and lengthy. That's how we like it here. Here's the very final frame, and this is where down here it says that it's captured on PC. That's how long you got to get in the footage before you can see. Uncut's easy. Lengthy's a lot to ask. We're not in the trust but verify game. It's the verify only. Wyrope says, why do you think that they didn't get Richard Schiff for Odin? Maybe he wasn't interested. Maybe they wanted to make it clear that it wasn't going to be a match for the game. Does that make sense? Like, especially when you grab homie that voiced Thor as Kratos. Does, you know what I mean? Rise Jones says, I just looked it up. They used the 9070 XT and the 9850 X3D for this trailer. Where'd you find that information, Rise? How'd you find that? PC homies, is that, what kind of a rig is that? I'm assuming that's pretty strong. If number one, if it's true, I don't know where Rise got his info. And number two, if it's true, I'm assuming that's pretty strong. I'm tired of devs getting cagey and offended when you ask about the game footage being accurate. It's similar to a 5070 Ti, says Fran. You use Google AI. Did you ever end up watching the Resident Evil footage? People said that they kind of wanted to avoid, spoilers and stuff, and I was kind of in agreement. I don't think I want to see anything more. I'm convinced I want to play the game, and I don't want to see anything more, so I decided to not watch it. I didn't even watch it in my own time. So, no, we didn't end up watching it or reacting to it. Kind of changed my mind. Oh, you asked AI? I don't think there's any public information available about how this was captured. I'm going to assume that AI is maybe grabbing information from the public demo or something else, because I don't think there's any information anywhere about how this was captured. There's nothing in the description. I don't think they said anything in any of the interviews I saw. So, yeah. Rockstar shows GTA 6 on the PS5. Crimson Desert shows PC footage on the PlayStation channel. Shake my head. Well, here's the thing about GTA 6, though. Super Googly with the $78, well, I think it's like a $20 super chat. 9070 XT is AMD's best GPU and still inferior to my 5090 build by quite a bit. Yeah, we just don't know. They've not publicly confirmed anywhere. They just haven't. So we don't know. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, the issue with the GTA 6 footage for me is that I don't know if we're ever really looking at the game itself. That seems very, very curated. It seems very, very, cinematic. I again, with GTA 6, we're also, I think we're at a point where I think I would like to see, in a similar way, I would like to see an actual genuine presentation, like a gameplay presentation. I don't want to see your chopped up cinematic thing. I don't want to see that. I want to see the genuine article. I've just kind of gotten to the point where, not trying to be curmudgeon-y here. I'm not trying to be grumpy. I'm just kind of to the point where I'm over it. Show me the game or stop this. Like, if you want to have your announcement trailer or like a cinematic trailer, that's fine. But when it comes time to show the game, just show me the game. Quit with all these shenanigans and all these games. Like, quit. Show me the game. I don't need quick cuts. I don't need simulated gameplay. No, I don't need any of that. You're not doing anything when you do that. The GTX 6 trailer was cinematic. What are we talking about? Rockstar always does the first two trailers cinematic. There were people that were saying it was like in-engine or whatever. I don't know. GTA 6 has to last Rockstar another 10 years, so I'm sure they're going to optimize. Yeah. It wouldn't shock me though if it comes out and it needs some tender love and care, because it's also possibly a game that's dealing with not being ready. That's always a distinct possibility. Who's hyped for Resi 9? The only thing I have concerns about is with the two playable characters. I really like Resident Evil 7 was my first Resident Evil, and I absolutely adored it. I loved it. And so I didn't like Village as much. I didn't like Resident Evil 8 as much. I also don't really like the combat focus as much, so I'm hoping it feels good and enjoyable. I didn't like the Resident Evil 4 remake. It felt very restrictive. I felt like I was playing in a straitjacket. The combat and the action didn't feel good to me. Has PlayStation done this before? Used PC footage on their channel? I don't know, Tommy. Somebody asked me that earlier, and I genuinely don't know. If they have, again, I've got a problem with it. I don't think that they should be doing that. I think you should be showing me PlayStation footage. How accurate is this? Not only is the player count abysmal, but this says that nobody's watching. What, High Guard? I don't know, brother. I mean, it nobody watching doesn't seem possible. No. There's almost 4,000 people watching right now on Twitch. Yeah. Right now is a great opportunity to be the king of that directory. You know what I mean? If you want to grab a really, really rare platinum, I would get to work on that one. I didn't mean to make that rhyme. Sorry. If you want to grab a really rare platinum, there's an easy one right there to grab. Certainly is. Not going to be a common one that people have. I know people were trying to do that with I think people were trying to do that with Concord, weren't they? People were trying to do that with Concord. They were trying to grab that the platinum before the servers went down. Like, once they announced it was shutting down, people were like scrambling. With the amount of things I've seen from this game, it looks too good to be true, but also the devs have been putting out a lot of gameplay. Pancake, true, and chat doesn't really want me to continue to beat this dead horse, but the 15 minutes of gameplay they published yesterday on the PlayStation channel was captured on PC. I think that's cause for concern. The same day it went live, Will Powers did an interview where he said that, they couldn't really speak to optimization, or they couldn't really speak to console performance just yet. They're still in the optimization phase, which I appreciate the honesty, but I think that's kind of a red flag to be like, well, you just pushed out footage. It looks crazy good, but it's PC. So, excuse me. Fuzzy says, I think the AI is pulling from a Reddit thread because that's what people were saying. Oh, people were saying that's what they thought it was running on? Okay. Well, I don't know. GTA 6 was not made in 2 years. GTA cost $1.6 billion. I'm not sure why you're invoking 2 years. What game do you think was made in 2 years? When does it release? March 19th is Crimson Desert's release date. March 19th. So that's why I keep saying it's a month and a half away. It's a month and a half away. Listen, this is kind of my hope. My hope and like maybe a request here. If you're doing optimization right now, once that's finished, could you give us some raw uncut gameplay of Crimson Desert on PlayStation or the Pro or Xbox? Like, could we see some raw uncut gameplay on console? I think that is a fair request. I think at this point, here's something we really need to establish. Requesting footage and wanting to see the game and wanting to see like genuine gameplay, there's nothing wrong with that. That's not out of line. That's not out of pocket. I think that should just be the standard. I'm going to preach this gospel until I can't speak. Like, consumers should consistently tell publishers and developers, this is our expectation. We want to see the genuine article. We want to see uncut gameplay before the game comes out. This is a reasonable request. Hey, Forge, if Starfield comes to the PS5 and got the Pro enhancement, would you buy it? I mean, I might buy it to test it, but I certainly wouldn't buy it to play it at length. I don't think that game is one that I'm ever going to really roll credits on. I feel like it just oozes boredom. I tried to get ready for the DLC the one time, and I was in the game for 15 minutes, and I couldn't do it. You ever go to like an old folks' home, or you go to your grandparents' house, and you like instantly feel tired? There's just, their lights are a little different, the temperature in the home's a little different, you're just like instantly kind of like, huh. Like, there's something about Starfield, the minute I'm in the game, I feel bored. I don't know. I'm happy to buy it and test it and show it off to people if they do better things with loading screens, graphics, gameplay, gunplay, PS5 Pro Enhanced, whatever. I don't really have an interest in playing the game, though. I've heard people argue that we are spoiled by gameplay trailers and are entitled to. Entitled to what? What do you mean spoiled by gameplay trailers? What does that mean? I wish Starfield was better. I'd rather go back to No Man's Sky, though. Needs curated planets. Yeah. I mean, Crimson Desert's the kind of game I could get lost in. I mean, it looks fantastic. It really does. They've had my attention since the beginning. I've just been concerned since the beginning. It just looks like one of those games where it's like, listen, the first time I saw Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, I thought, I'm worried about performance. It had performance issues. You know, the first time I saw Tides of Annihilation, I said, I'm worried about performance. The most recent Tides of Annihilation trailer has performance issues in it. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I feel like I've got a pretty good sense of these things, and I don't do it to be negative and mean. I do it to caution people. The argument is we didn't used to get those trailers, so now that we do, we are entitled. I completely disagree with that take. I don't know why anybody would say that. We are the consumer. If you want me to buy your game, show me the game. Show it to me. Imagine any other company doing that. Be like, we've got these brand new headphones. See them here? Yeah, they're really, really great. They're really comfortable. See them? They're really awesome. They got great sound quality. Did you guys see that? There you go. Okay, cool. Give me the money now. Imagine any other company doing that, playing games and keeping the product elusive and not letting us really see it. You'd be like, what the frick are you doing? Let me see the headphones. Why are you doing that? We're not entitled. We are the consumer. If you want me to buy the product, show it to me. That's all you got to do. Show me the product. You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean entitled? We didn't used to get trailers. Who the frick cares what we used to get? We also used to get games that would come out and never would get any better. We would get games that would come out and then they'd never get any better. They would never get any better. You just stuck with them. So is that cool too? Like, there's all kind of things that used to happen in the gaming world. This is why I love your channel. You give the raw takes that we need. I don't even feel like I'm being raw. I really don't. I don't even feel like I'm being raw. I feel like I'm just saying what is, to me, the most obvious thing that customers should want is that I'm trying to think of an analogy. It's like when you go to, when you go to Amazon and you're looking at a product, you expect to see pictures of it. Like, let's say you're buying a lamp. They're not going to show you like a corner of the lamp. You're like, well, I don't know if that's going to match my decor. I don't know if that's going to match, I don't know if that's going to match my vibe, my house. No. You see it. You're looking at it. You're like, yeah, there's the product. When I buy it, I know it's going to show up at my house. I think in gaming, I think it's a reasonable expectation to say, if you want me to buy your game, show me the game. Quit with the shenanigans and the nonsense. I don't know. I don't feel like it's a raw take. I think this is very reasonable. I think more and more people should have this attitude. More and more people should have this attitude, especially if you're going to be, buying something for $70 or pre-ordering for benefits of playing early and buying a special edition and getting something extra and buying a horse or whatever. I mean, you're giving these companies an awful lot of money. Googly with another super chat says, I picked Crimson Desert with performance issues on a base PS5 at $70 over Pokemon at $80 on the friggin' Switch 2. I mean, there's just no reason to even invoke that. Is there really any reason to invoke the Switch and Pokemon? I mean, they're not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same animal. It's not the same frustration point. Personally, I've seen enough. I can only judge based on without personally. I can only judge so much without playing it personally. It passed the eye test. I'll buy it. Where are you going to play, Jakob? Where are you going to play the game? How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? I used to have to buy a game I didn't want to or play a demo looking at Final Fantasy VII on Bushido Blade. If you guys have not hit the like button yet, do so on YouTube. That really helps us out. Let's try to get to 300 likes. That's extremely helpful. Discord muted? Why? No, I can see my mic popping and everything, Paul. Is it not working for you? I might have to restart Discord. Shout out to Borderlands 4. I mean, that's the real pain, isn't it? I feel like Borderlands 4, I feel like Gearbox showed us a lot of the game before it came out, and it still had a ton of problems. You know what I mean? It still had a ton of problems. And they showed us a bunch of Borderlands. Mike is good. He thinks I might be muted in the Discord. He thinks I might be muted. I don't know. When's the Ginger Roundtable? In 2 hours. In 2 hours, guys, I'm going to be on the Roundtable with Ginger. I'm not sure who else is going to be on this week. If it's going to be the same guys, great. We had a great time last week. If it's new guys, I'm happy to meet new folks. We're going to be talking about, High Guard and all the different things going on in gaming news. For some reason, I feel Crimson Desert is either going to be delayed or it's going to be buggy at launch. Yo, thank you so much for the 5-stream streak, Mr. Snake Eyes. Appreciate it so much. Somebody says, Trooper Donnie, you good? What's he saying? What's he saying? Is he upset about something? I don't see him talking. Did you mention the wrong person? Or am I just not seeing him in chat? I don't see anybody by that name in here. Oh, no, there's Trooper. He says, I'm good clowning. What did he say? You're old? Oh, I don't think he meant anything by calling me old. I say that I'm old all the time. I say that I'm old all the time. I can't hear you either. All right, hang on a second. I'm going to reboot Discord. I probably need to get an update. Usually, if they push out an update... All right, hang on a sec. Okay. There we go. I reset Discord. How's that? Lono is in fact old. Mm-hmm. I'm 44. I'm a man. I'm 40. I'm a man. I'm 40. Yo, good morning, Snake Eyes. Good morning, Lono and Chad. Good to see you. Imagine buying a game, says Fran, based off 30-second cinematic that took 1 month to render. Time comes for us all. It does. What are you guys thinking of the Neo 3 demo? I didn't get a chance to play anymore last night. I was playing Core Keeper with Madam. We're trying to get to the second boss. We got the first boss we're wanting to work on the second boss now. He said he remembered games before they had updates. Yeah, that's why he was saying I'm old. We were playing games on the cartridges, yo. Like, we were playing games and there was no updates. There was no updates. There were none of that. You weren't getting patches and bug fixes. You weren't getting any of that. Demo is fun. They expanded a lot of the combat system difficulty. Seems like normal for Neo. Neo 3 performance is pretty good on my 5090. Demo's incredible. It looked a little framey, kind of blurry-ish on the Pro when I was just walking around the opening area, but like it's like a tutorial. And I did like a couple of the combat sequences in the tutorial. I wasn't too keen on the pressing the right bumper like after every attack. I wasn't quite sure about that. I thought that could be cool, but I thought that could get old. I wasn't sure how much. Hey, a 10 bomb comes in from Broken Earth. 432. This man's putting us 20 away from the next milestone. We'll see if anybody takes the bait to drop one of the big ones today. If you guys get it to 500, I'll do a stream tomorrow night with Madam. If you can get it past that to the stretch goal, Madam's got to play high guard. It's looking like she's going to get off easy. She's not going to have to play the game, but it looks like we're probably going to have to do the stream. PlayStation had some games that did re-release when Sony came out with the DualShock. Team Ninja's graphics always sucked. I'll be honest, it reminded me of Rise of the Ronin a little bit, not the game, but like the art and the presentation and how it like felt. I was like, yeah, I liked Rise of the Ronin, but I don't know. It's definitely not my preference. Like, if I want to play like a really, really good, we just hit a milestone. Oh, gosh, you're right. I'm sorry, Jay. You guys did just hit a milestone. You passed the 425. I'm an idiot. Let me gift one. I gift one every 25. There we go. I don't think you get past Yagamata. Well, that's my other apprehension about Neo 3, is that I'm old man status, man. I don't play games like that much anymore. I'm too slow. I'm just too old and slow. I'm trying to chill. I'm enjoying Crypt Custodian immensely. It's such a good little game. So I just don't know about Neo. It looks way better than Rise of the Ronin. They improved the lighting a lot. I didn't think it looked bad. It just reminded me of like how Ronin kind of looked. And just how it felt, like movement and swinging and stuff. I was just kind of like, yeah, I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one, boys. You should stay away from Neo. I was pretty certain I wasn't going to vibe with it, Jamal. I was pretty sure. I was like, yeah, this is probably not going to be my jam. Neo games are a great many things, but they are not chill. The tutorial's brutal. You have no skills. Very tough. Okay. Yeah, it'll probably be it's probably going to be a skip for me. There's a lot of games coming out this year, and I'm enjoying working on the backlog anyway. You know, I'm enjoying working on that backlog. Because I've been working through the more like chill, like Metroidvania games. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Shut the frick up. Let's see here. What was the other thing we were going to watch about Crimson Desert? We were going to check out. Somebody sent me something. Hang on a second. We were going to watch the... Oh, we got 28 minutes. They talk a lot about the engine. Oh, like let me show you guys the answer that was given about performance and optimization and all that. All right. $2 super chat from Zero. They said particle effects are also important info. That's interesting that they would say that if they're going to give you the option to turn them off. Well, I don't know. We shall see. Okay, so this person named Jesse here says, last thing I have to ask. So this is like a day old. Okay, this is not an old interview. This is a day old. Last thing I have to ask. So this is about Crimson Desert gameplay and performance. Okay. Yo, what's good, random mishap? I watched the trailer and I didn't see that it was captured on PC. It's at the very, 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 very end. It's very brief and very small at the bottom, homie. It's like, it's not obvious at all that it's a PC capture. That's kind of my frustration. Okay, so this is Will Powers. He's like the director of PR for the game. And he says, so they say, you know, can you talk about performance on consoles yet? He says, yeah, so I keep getting this question too. Okay. I think there's a reason you keep getting this question. I think it's a valid question, and I think this looks like just the kind of game that we are all accustomed to not having great performance when it comes out, because it looks very demanding. All right? So that's probably why you're getting that question a lot. You're also getting that question because we don't have any good extensive looks at gameplay. We don't. W Venom shirt, thank you. He says, you've known me long enough. I will never give a non-answer. I can't give a full answer to that question because, as we said earlier in the interview, we're in the optimization phase right now. Okay, let me just pause here. I appreciate the honesty here, but this doesn't make my concerns go away. It actually sort of reinforces them. So I completely respect the honesty. He could have been PR evasive here, and he just was like, the full answer is, listen, we're in the optimization phase. Okay? So he's basically saying, I can't really give you a great answer right now. Okay? He says, so we're trying to hit the targets. But if you look at what the team has been able to do for Black Desert Online on consoles, granted different engine, but that game on console was on Xbox One, so Gen -1 console was running 120 frames. Now here's the interesting thing. I feel like a lot of people have said that it was running on the same engine. So I'm not quite sure where that info is coming from, because he's saying something very different here. He is saying something very different. He's saying that Black Desert Online on consoles is a different engine. So I'm not sure why people are continuing to say it's the same engine when apparently it's not. Lona, listening to that again, I sort of like it. He likely has targets they want to hit, but don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. Granted, why they show the PC stuff again. Yeah, again, I respect him and I respect his answer. I think he's doing what's correct. He's not necessarily in charge of all of the marketing. Like, we're not necessarily sure who decided to run 15 minutes of PC footage on the PlayStation channel, but at least in this interview, he's shooting, from what I can tell, he's shooting straight, all right? He goes on to say, they have high expectations. There's a pedigree. I guarantee whatever the expectations on the internet, their internal expectations are higher. Now, I'm not sure if he's saying they're internal. Is he talking about the players or is he talking about the studio? I'm not quite sure what he means by this. I was going to actually ask him that if he stopped by the show. I was going to be like, when you're saying internal expectations, are you talking about the user or are you talking about the studio? Because if you think that the people and the public and the users have an internal expectations that's higher, I think that that's fair given everything that you guys have shown. I think you have shown a game with like a ridiculous level of fidelity and graphical prowess. He says they hold themselves to a very high standard of trying to deliver performance across. Okay, so I think the internal expectations, I do think he's talking about the studio. I think the antecedent to they grammatically is this group here. Their internal expectations are higher. So I do think now that I'm reading this and kind of breaking down the grammar, they hold themselves to a very high standard. I think he's talking about the studio. So he's saying the studio is pushing themselves here. They have internal expectations that are higher than the public. He says, we're simultaneously shipping across 5 different platforms: PC, PlayStation, Xbox Series X, and S. I count those as different ones. I was also going to ask him about this. When he says I count those as different ones, is he saying he counts the Series X and S as different ones? Or is he just saying, he says 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm not sure. Oh, probably PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 5 Pro. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So basically PC and then 2 consoles each, right? So there is the Pro series, and then there's the standard series of consoles, as well as natively on Mac. So we're simultaneously shipping across all these different platforms, and optimizations across all of them is equally important. So we won't have those exact numbers until the optimization period has ended. But we're not hiding things. If you want to see PlayStation footage, look at the trailer we did with the State of Play. That was all recorded on the PlayStation 5. Sorry, PlayStation 5 Pro to be very specific. So I'm not going to be accusatory here, but when you say, we're not hiding anything. If you want PlayStation footage, look at the trailer we did for the State of Play. This lands a little flat with me because that footage is super chopped up. It's not uncut. It's not lengthy. It doesn't look any raw gameplay at all. It looks very chopped up. It's noticeably not as good. It's not as good looking as the footage that you just released that's PC. And then you also release 15 minutes of PC footage on the PlayStation channel. Like, that makes this land a little hollow with me. It's like you're saying, if you want PlayStation footage, go look at this trailer. And it's like, what about the thing you just dropped? Like, that's the most lengthy look at the game, and it's not PlayStation footage. This doesn't make me think that, like, he's trying to be dishonest or anything. It just seems like, well, you're kind of reinforcing the red flags here. He said, that is all recorded footage. It's not CGI. This is like everything in the cutscenes are all in-engine. I don't know fully if there's no CGI in the game, but let me be very clear. All the cutscenes are in-engine. In-engine doesn't mean much these days. You can do quite a bit with in-engine. And then he says, but in-engine and gameplay are, in terms of performance, they're synonymous. So what you're seeing in the trailer is performance on console. So that's how I can roundabout answer. Footage exists of it running on console. Go check it out. And again, I would argue that the footage on console isn't great. We can't really see. The one scene that we have to do like a one-to-one comparison to what was shown on PC is markedly not as good looking with respect to like draw distance, render distance, lighting, all of that. And then all of the gameplay sequences are very, very, you can say they're in engine, but they're very cinematic, right? Like this is all gameplay, but like look at what they're doing with the camera. Like the camera is not going to do that when you're playing. Like zooming in and switching and then going from this person to this person. Like if you do that in engine, you can do a lot of things in engine when the player is either not in control or somebody's not actually playing. You can do things in post. You can do all sorts of things to clean up in-engine footage or just keep things out of the frame. It's just very, very zoomed in. It's very, very chopped up. So I appreciate the answer. I appreciate the honesty. But I don't think it did not put any of my concerns to bed. It's like, this could be one of those games that comes out and about 90 days later, it's in a much better place and the performance has been, polished over and optimized, smoothed over, all of that. That could be what we're looking at. That's kind of what it feels like to me. I feel like I'm looking at a game that like seems great. The devs seem very passionate. I feel like they've got a great vision. I feel like they've done good stuff. But we're gonna have to wait for some quality patches on console with respect to performance. Yeah. So doesn't pass the smell test. The reason I don't like using that expression is I'm not trying to say that something stinks here like we did with like Mind's Eye and the day before. It's just, instead of saying it doesn't pass the smell test, I keep coming back to it makes my spidey sense tingle. It's like, I don't feel like we're getting a really good look at this game on console just yet. And that's worrying. When you said, hey, we need a trailer, we need a 15-minute video, for PlayStation, and you decided to do it all on PC, and you also decided to turn graphics, draw distance, lighting, shadows, sharpened. It's a super sharpened image. You turned all that way up, turned all that up to like 11. Yeah, I don't know. Why was that the choice that was made? Paul says, I don't get what he is talking about with the 120 FPS mode. I think what he was saying is there's a pedigree at the studio of trying to get the best, most optimized performance out of their games. I think that's what he was saying. He was like, look, man, he's like, different engine, but if you look at Black Desert Online, that thing's 120. There's pedigree there. These guys hold themselves to a high standard. He kind of goes from that and he segues into the high standard. I think that's what he's trying to communicate is like, these guys, they push for good performance. It's a last-gen game that's boosted for current consoles. I know you're not hearing me. I don't think he isn't saying that that's evidence of what you're going to get in Crimson Desert. He's saying that's evidence of what the developers push for. Does that make sense? He's saying, man, they on old gen they push for 120. He's like, he's like, they're going to hold themselves to a high standard here. They're going to push for a high level of performance. That's what I think he's saying. I don't necessarily think he's saying it proves what you're going to get on Crimson Desert. He's trying to give evidence of the pedigree and the standards and the way that the studio kind of looks and thinks about their games. CES 2026 benchmarking. Technical experts from Digital Foundry and Game GPU benchmarked a demo at the AMD booth running at the AMD Ryzen 9850X 3D processor and a Radeon RX 9070 XT graphics card. They reported the game ran at native 4K resolution with an advanced path tracing achieving performance of 40 to 50. The best CPU on the planet. Worried about the Series S version? I mean, I haven't even, when it comes to Crimson Desert gameplay, I haven't even thought about the Series S version. I mean, that certainly is in the room. I mean, if you're playing on a Series S, I think you probably have just gotten accustomed to, getting not the absolute best and not the highest level of priority, you know. AI was right. Well, here's the thing, Rise. You're probably right. We don't have confirmation that you're right, but what AI is doing is it's grabbing the demo at CES, and they're probably just presuming, AI is just presuming that they made this trailer with the same setup. I think it's somewhat of a fair presumption, but it's still a presumption. I hear what you're saying, says Christopher Burnett, and I agree to an extent with you on Crimson Desert. As long as it's not a Cyberpunk launch, I'm okay. The game looks great to me, but I 1000% disagree with you on GTA 6. What do you disagree with me about on GTA 6? You're going to have to specify. I'm not sure what exactly I said that you're taking issue with. There could be a handful of things there that I said that you're like, you know, taking issue with. Sometimes I wonder if AI skims through videos for answers. It 100% does. AI is like, to me, AI is like the big dumb brute in the cartoon that'll like squeeze the bunny until it dies. Like, it's really strong, but it's also really stupid. It has the power to do a lot, but it also has the power to like mess things up and be destructive. I bet it's locked at 30 at 480 internal. Oof. The demo at CES was from a year-old build. Yeah, I know. Typically, demos and vertical slices in gameplay are from older builds. This is true. Yep, that is true. Guys, if you've been lurking and listening today on YouTube, do me a quick favor. Try to get us to 300 likes. If you haven't hit the like button yet, that's very, very helpful to me and the channel and this video. So take a quick second and unlurk. Hit the thumbs up. Say good morning. Say hello. Say anything. No, I'm just kidding. The more and more I look at Crimson Desert gameplay and Pixel Deep, the more and more I'm convinced that the performance isn't real. It just feels off, doesn't it, Droid? It just feels off to me. There's something weird going on. Even if, like, let's just say I played only on PC. Even if I only played on PC, there's something off. There's just something off. It's like, why at an engine level would you be doing that? Why would you have the draw distance, the render distance, the shadows, and the detail? Why would you have it so far away? You know what I mean? Anything? Why are you guys saying that? Oh, I said say anything. I'm an idiot. I hope PSSR 2.0 provides the boost that we hope for. We're getting an anything raid because I said to say anything. Yo, what's good, Raphael McCoy? How are you? The downgraded videos before this one looked real to me, though. Yes, there were definitely videos out there that looked quite a bit more downgraded, for sure. Like, what do they show at the State of Play? Because I don't know if the release date trailer is what they showed at the State of Play. Crimson Desert State of Play. Hey, I appreciate that, Chrono. Chrono coming over and raiding the channel, man. That's so kind of you. Well, it was the release date reveal. That's what they showed at the State of Play, right? I am not seeing anything else. We're just following orders. All right, Crimson Desert. Okay. Crimson Desert gameplay. Yeah, we're getting decent treatment on search results today. So if you guys came in from search results, say hello, say good morning. Thank you, Chrono, for the raid. Are you on the podcast later, Chrono? Totally forgot about Crimson Desert until recently. I want to see 30 minutes of uncut cam play on a base PS5 or Xbox. I don't mind that it won't be graphically insane. I just want to see performance. I don't need 30 minutes. I need like a couple minutes. Anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes is sufficient. Like, as long as it's not cut up and chopped up, I'm good. I'm good. Like, we don't need to always insist that like we get a sitcom's worth of footage of a game. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't need to be that extreme. It can be 2 to 5 minutes. As long as it's not cut, as long as it's not chopped up, then I'm good. You know, We got videos here from September of last year. Crimson Desert, the controversy and misinformation surrounding the latest demo of the game and clarifying the misunderstanding about the game. What is this video about? Have you guys seen this video? This is going over Crimson Desert controversy. What are people saying in the comments? I can't even see the comments on this video. What the heck? Hang on, I'm gonna have to go full screen. My main point was that ever since the popularity of the Souls games, most games have been moving around their style and combat system, where you basically have basic attacks and 3 heavy attacks, and the rest are based on ability cooldowns. Oh, were people saying something about this game with respect to that, like chasing the Souls trend or something? We need 5 minutes of uncut gameplay. That's what I'm saying. I think that's a reasonable request. What is the PSSR boost people think that they're getting? I don't know if it's a boost or just like a more polished version of the tech. So maybe they're hoping that that helps, like with the if the upscaling, is better. If you were calling the shots, would Sony switch to DLSS frameworks or continue working with AMD? I like the work they're doing with AMD. Project Amethyst has been great. FSR 4 got nothing but praise, and then PSSR is about to get up there. Yo, my man Seeds is back in the fold. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Hope all is well. My if the game I've moved on to now, if you're looking for a good Metroidvania and you don't mind top down, is called Crypt Custodian. It is awesome, but it's a top down, a little bit different than Mio Memories in Orbit. I went and read some reviews of Mio Memories in Orbit on Steam that really agreed with a lot of my takes. It's got like a 77% on Steam. And people were very critical of like the late stages, the platforming stages, the lack of checkpoints. There's some inaccuracy in the platforming and stuff that can be pretty frustrating. So. Yeah, J-Dog, that's all been dealt with. You know what I mean? People can get emotional and say things. You guys know I can get emotional and say things. But men can resolve it. 20 bomb from Behemoth. Thank you so much, Behemoth. Seed says, I know we talked offline, but I wanted to stop in and apologize to you. Also to the community. I had deaths in the family. I let my emotions get the best of me, and I'm sorry to you. Hey, man, I respect it, appreciate it, and fully receive it. I fully accept the apology, and I said to you that, even I feel like I can get pretty wound up, pretty harsh if I feel attacked, and if I don't know everything I said back then, so if I went too far, if I said anything that was over the line, I'm obviously sorry about that. Stone Spire with a single gifted, thank you so much, sir. I honestly can. It's so hard for me to remember. There's been so many moments where folks have taken shots and and another one from Stone Spire. We're 20 away from the next milestone. I've been through a lot. I definitely defend myself when I feel it's warranted, and I know sometimes maybe when I do that I can go a little too far. I feel like recently I've been very fair in defending myself this week in particular. I don't feel like I've gone too far this week at all. The community note, bro? What's this? Gang, you're not going to believe this, but this is AI slop. A white dragon spotted in China. Yeah. Gang, you're not going to believe this. But this is AI slop. I saw that guy got sniped on X with copyright strikes this morning. Did you get him? I'm not doing anything. No. I'm sitting here with y'all. What are you talking about? I'm chilling with y'all. Seed says, you're fair to critique what I put out. I was just dealing with things with my dad. I should have stayed offline. Took it out on people. Should not have. I've always said this because I think there's two extremes that can happen when you're going through grief. One is to totally isolate, which is very dangerous. And a 5 bomb comes in from wired rope over there on purple. You know, you can isolate. I think in this situation, you just stayed connected to the wrong thing. Like, you should connect with family and friends when you're grieving, not the internet. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't isolate. That's good. Don't do that. Don't get low, especially you vets. Don't freaking get low. You know, you've got friends that got too low. We all have friends that got too low. But yeah, you can't connect to the internet when you're in that headspace. It's just a bad idea. And I think you know that now. You know, you probably even knew it then. We all do that. We're like, I shouldn't be doing this, and we do it anyway. Have you seen Inside the Indie Worlds? Wow, the fun games. Gravity could affect your shots. I've not seen that, no. Risick with the gifted. Thank you so much, sir. Just bumping that line to 461. Yeah, that's Detective Seeds from Twitter. Yeah. MTO says he got hit by 13 strikes by the copyright owner. Thought you finally had enough. I'm not handling that. Yeah. I have somebody that handles that for me. I'm not handling that. If people are basically stealing content and breaking copyright, I mean, I don't have time for that. Bro, say something meaningful. What? What do you, huh? Gambit Zero with the 10 bomb. Thank you so much. Is that meaningful enough? What are you talking about? Say something meaningful. Okay. Thank you so much for the 10 bomb. We're sitting at 471. We're 4 away. Mr. Gambit Zero. Eugene says, something meaningful. Something meaningful. Guys, can we get something meaningfuls in chat here for this individual that needs something meaningful said? We get a lot of that in chat. Can we get some likes on the video as well? Let's try to get to 300 likes. Would you be open to using a different opening graphic on your recorded video? Hang on, a 20 bomb from Risick gets us to 491. We're on the dadgum doorstep. Gambit Zero comes in with a 5 bomb and gets us to 496. I owe YouTube a member. I think I owe you guys like 2 members. I think you guys hit both. Hang on a second. What did this guy say? Are you being for real right now? He says, would you be open to using a different opening graphic on your recorded video? Is the joystick going across the screen? Is triggering my epilepsy? I have to look away. Homie, I'm sorry. That's just, we've used that for ages now. Cardoc Ren with the 5 bomb on purple. He steals it. He steals the big one. 501. And a 5 bomb comes in from Sean Torius. And a 5 bomb comes in from Risick. Little too slow there, YouTube. Twitch beat you to it. I owe Twitch 1. I owe YouTube, I think, 2. All right, here's the deal. Now we're working on stretch. We've not hit stretch in a while, I don't think. But this week I've got a good one for stretch. Not only will we stream tomorrow, all right, Madam and I will stream tomorrow night. We'll have her react to gaming news. If you guys can get the stretch, we will make Madam play High Guard. MTO renews. Who's the Agent of Chaos? I honestly don't know who the Agent of Chaos was. I think the 5 bomb Agent of Chaos was Cardoc Ren because he put us at 501. Yeah. That sounds like his own problem to me. What are you talking about? Detective Seeds drops a 20 bomb and says, listen, y'all, if we're going to make Madam play High Guard, let's do it. Thank you, Seeds. That's very, very kind, brother. I think it's weird. It's an Asian game with an all-Asian staff, and yet they have the American dude promoting the game. Sus? I don't think it's sus at all. A lot of Asian games are very popular in English-speaking countries like Europe and America, so makes sense to me. She may divorce you, making her play that. We're going to be married 19 years this year. I think we'll be okay. Zubair said the same thing. He's like, so you going to stream your divorce the next day? Oh, my golly. Yeah, here's something meaningful. You can substitute vegetable oil with canola oil. There you go. 750 subs for divorce. Fair trade. And a single gift that comes in from Raven and says, let's work on it, boys. Okay, so I owe YouTube 3 and I owe Twitch 1. I'm going to do the one for Twitch now. I'm going to wait until I owe a 5-bomb for YouTube. We'll see if we can do that. I owe you guys 3. Let's see if we can hit a couple more milestones, and I'll just do it that way. All right? Oh, the joystick fella. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. If you're... almost made it to 20 years. Yeah, we almost made it to 20 years. We had a good run, boys. We had a good run. But the what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Shoot. I forget what I was saying. If I was Asian. You can bread your butter. That's right. Newsflash. Final Fantasy's Asian. Guess what? Yeah, I don't think having like an English-speaking person or an American or whatever, I don't think having them promote the game is that bizarre or sus at all. I think that makes perfectly good sense. A lot of, Japanese games, Japanese developer games, are extremely popular in the West, in English-speaking places. Find you a Ripper Doc, little bro. Eye implants. I mean, talking like Cyberpunk's real. I can't wait to get almost 20 years with my wife. Hey, man. Keep going. What's this Breon about? They already said there's going to be hands-on gameplay come before launch. Where do they say that? Can you point me to where they said that there's going to be... and when you say hands-on gameplay, what do you mean? Do you mean me? Do you mean what they did at CES? What are you referring to? Like, I'm genuinely curious. What are you referring to? They did? That's what I'm saying. I don't know what in the heck you're talking about. Did they do an interview somewhere? Is it going to be a demo? Are they going to let the public play it? Are they going to let the press play it? When you say hands-on, I mean, I need specifics, because like a capture event or... I just don't know, man. There's so many things they could be doing. Remember that from FF16, the English script and voices are the standard for localization. Yeah. I love when I get hands-on gameplay. All right, here's the deal, y'all. You got about an hour and 20 minutes. I'm actually going to put the timer up so that you guys don't forget. Let's see. Round Table Podcast. I'm going to be on the round. I forget what the official name is. Is it... Let me get the official name so I can say the right name when we're talking. But I'm going to be on the Round Table Podcast here in an hour and 20 minutes. So that's how much time y'all got, okay? I'm definitely not pre-ordering because Asian game. Did you just type that and you want people to read that and know that it's called the Gaming Roundtable Podcast? Thank you, Chrono. So I'm going to be on Gaming Roundtable Podcast with Ginger. Chrono, are you going to be there? Chrono might be there. And then what's the other gentleman's name? The other guy. Forget what he had a mustache. He had a good mustache. What's his name? I love when I get hands-on gameplay. Oh yeah, I see it. Oh, sad. Drops misinformation, refuses to elaborate. That's what I'm saying. He's like, I'm definitely not ordering because Asian game. You'll be there? Okay, Scrag. Okay, yeah, so Chrono, Scrag, and Ginger will all be there. Very, very exciting. So this is how much time you guys have, okay? This is how much time you guys have to hit the stretch goal to make Madam play High Guard. So you might have to bat signal the big boys or all scramble together. All right? You might have to. I don't know. You're talking about... That's a lot of 5 bombs. That's like 40-something 5 bombs. I don't know. That's a lot of people dropping 5 bombs. Why are people giving this guy money for literally talking about nothing of substance? Well, you're still here, so that says probably more about you than them. They like the show and they like interacting with me. We're like a community. You're like, you seem to be in the wrong place. If you don't like it here, you can leave. It's that easy, man. Shadow says, glad to see you're doing a podcast and branching out and working with other creators again. Yeah, I'm hoping we have some good announcements on that front in the future. Extended an invitation to both Jez Corden and Will Powers. Jez could still stop by. We got like an hour and 15 minutes. He said if he wasn't sleeping, he would stop by. We are in a different time zone, so that makes it difficult. So I would see your post. Detective, appreciate your posts. Yeah, so we're doing that, and we're doing what we can to work with folks out here, man. That's what we like to do. I want the theme of this year to be that. Siege Master with the 20 bombs says, well, we're not going to get there with 5 bombs, but we might get there with 20 bombs. Thank you so much. And a 5 bomb comes in from Narwaffle. I now owe you guys 4 members. Super, super close to owing you a 5 bomb. Thank you so much. Narwaffle and Siege Master tag teaming it up. Thank you so much, boys. Welcome back. Welcome back. Where do these folks come from? Does it really matter? Does it really matter, Red Rider? They're just coming in and letting everybody know they're unhappy. It's kind of a weird thing to broadcast. I'm unhappy and miserable. Okay. Yo, Anthony comes in with a single gifted and bumps the line to 559. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. A round table with these 4 people. I don't know why I would ever do that, Kevin George. I don't know why I would ever do that, brother. YouTube chat's a little touched. Yeah. We get some of that over here. We get a little bit of the touch folks coming in. It's okay. Misery enjoys company, and they want everybody else to be miserable. That's right. The best thing to do is just laugh and move on and talk about. Well, we've kind of gone the length of the field with Crimson Desert, and a single gift that comes in from Jay. Thank you so much, Jay. We are 15 away from 575, where I will owe you guys a 5 bomb. That will be 5 whole members that I owe YouTube. If you guys can get it to 575, don't let Twitch steal it. And currently it's 154 to 22. Good night. YouTube's running away with it again today. Thank you so much, boys, for doing that. And then Spice King with the $5 super chat says nothing of substance. That's right. That's our motto here. Rissick with the single gifted bumps the line again to 561. Is that official? What is this? Helldivers 2 crosses 20 million copies sold? I would assume that sounds believable to me. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to hit that number. You know what I mean? Rissick ruins it. I don't know if Rissick's trying to ruin it. I think Rissick just likes to push the number. I think he just likes to see the number go up. Joker Quinn is the one that ruins it. Like somebody will come in like Stone Spy or somebody, and they will specifically gift like 3 members, 2 members, 1 member, 4, whatever, and get it to a very specific number. And Joker Quinn just comes in and destroys the whole thing. That's just what he do, PC 14 million, not PS5. Oh yeah, they've sold way more copies of Helldivers on PC than PlayStation, for sure. Even the player-based numbers it's not even just the sales. The daily engaged, weekly engaged, monthly engaged number heavily slants toward PC, for sure. Yeah. But again, we've kind of gone the distance with the Crimson Desert topic. So I didn't see a whole lot else going on. So I can just check the feeds here and see. We'll see what's going on. Technical art director from Housemarque talking about Saros. Let's see. Rumor here: next gen Xbox games will not be playable natively on current gen. Well, I don't know where you're hearing that. That sounds insane to me. I'm just scrolling here. Oh, rumor: PlayStation Portal OLED version is claimed to be coming this year. Kepler. Oh, Kepler's saying that. Huh. I feel like I told you guys that was happening too. Seems like Kepler is hearing the same things that I was hearing. Interesting. Huh. It's almost like the better version of the Portal's going to come this year, and then the handheld's going to be next year, and then in 2028, we're going to get the PS6. Did you guys check out the new Jenny Gods trailer? It came out this afternoon. I've not even heard of that. What kind of game is it? I might cop an OLED Portal. I might cop an OLED Portal, especially if, like, I don't know if it's just going to be OLED. I wonder if they're going to let you, like, install are they going to let you install, like, apps like Netflix and stuff on it? I'll upgrade. The investment's worth it. For $200, the Portal is, like, such a crazy good amount of value. It's really, really good. It really is. Kepler is the burner account confirmed. I don't think so. Scrolling through here to see if there's any other gaming news developments today. Christopher Dring says he has an opinion piece. Is there a future for the Xbox platform? He says the industry faces a tough enough time without one of its major platforms and publishers struggling with an ill-judged strategic shift. And if Xbox does effectively pull the plug on consoles, the loss of a serious competitor to Sony would be a major blow. See, this is really interesting. This is literally what I said yesterday, that I would be really, really worried about future hardware endeavors from Xbox, given the recent strategy just doesn't seem to be going well. I also said it's interesting that, like, people kept saying this is where the industry's headed, and yet Xbox is not leading anything. They just continue to slip in almost every category. So, like, it seems like Chris Dring, it looks like I'm in good company. Chris Dring is thinking the same thing. Or not Chris Dring, I'm sorry. He doesn't work for GameIndustry.biz anymore. Chris Dring is quoting the article. GameIndustry.biz is written. This one's written by Rob. Written by Rob Fahey. Can't see myself upgrading an accessory over a screen. Great for new users. Yeah, it's good for people that maybe held off. Yeah. Xbox hasn't been a serious competitor for 15 years. Brett says Xbox hasn't been a serious competitor for a long time already. Wow. You guys are twins. He said it first. I talked about new PlayStation Portals coming last March. Glad to see other confirmation on the project. I don't remember when I was first told about it. I don't remember when I was first told about it. I don't know if it was March. I don't know. I'd have to go back and check my messages, because I was told last year when we started hearing from, I think it was Moore's Law is Dead, about a handheld. I was told that a better version of the Portal was coming first, and then the handheld, and then the PlayStation 6. So that is what I was told. So it was like, and also the handheld's not going to be called like the PS6 handheld. It's not going to be called that. It's not designed to be considered like a PlayStation 6 handheld or something like that. It's like going to be a handheld. I think Xbox hardware is done. Well, it's one of those things where I think they're just getting hit from all sides, right? I think they're just getting hit from all sides. Like, the RAM prices are probably really going to motivate them to question it as well. Not only the RAM prices, but just like how they're doing, consumer confidence. You know, that you don't have the consumer confidence, you don't have consumer inertia. Inertia is working against them right now. Like, people are swinging away from their platform. So they call it the PlayStation PP, the Portal Pro. You guys get that PlayStation PP? Excuse me. Somebody said, what's the countdown to the roundtable? I didn't get a chance to answer that. Last week I went on Ginger's Gaming Roundtable podcast. I'm going to go on it again today in an hour. So you guys have an hour to get us to 750 members if you want Madam to play High Guard tomorrow night. She'll react to gaming news, and then we'll have her play High Guard afterwards if you guys can hit the stretch goal. When you guys get it to 575, if YouTube manages to get it to 575, I owe YouTube a 5-bomb. I'm kind of holding off. I don't want to do 4 singles. So if you guys can do it, you got plenty of time to do it. Scrolling through here, just looking for anything else in gaming news to discuss. You know, Chris String's retweeting a GameIndustry.biz article that seems to be speculating the same thing I speculated yesterday. That they could be saying that, you know, there's just no point to the to the hardware future. Hidden Serious says, Twitch, we need help out here. You got some heavy hitters that periodically show up on Twitch. We'll see. They may come out of the rafters today and rescue your bacon. Or save your bacon, I should say. New co-op multiplayer game for Steam brings the atmosphere and gameplay of the Diablo franchise while introducing unexpected mechanics. Let's see what this game is called. Let's see here. Developers that worked on Diablo and Torchlight are bringing a game called Darkhaven. It's an OARPG. I'm not quite sure what does OARPG stand for. Have we seen that before? Can wishlist it right now. Darkhaven. Next generation ARPG. Yeah, they're calling it a next generation ARPG. What's an OARPG? What's the O? YouTube is saying, Twitch, save us. Oh, open world maybe? Open world action RPG? Because they do say it's open world. It's from Moon Beast Productions. It's called Darkhaven. Truly open exploration, swim, jump, climb, and soar. Procedurally generated worlds. I mean, sure. I don't know. I mean, it seems like a potentially good game. There's a lot of competition in that department now between Diablo and Path of Exile and Last Epoch. Hard to make a splash. Doesn't mean you can't, just going to be difficult. O is for old man action role-playing game. Oh, really? They made a game for me. Ah, I can't wait. It's going to be so good. Procedurally generated like we're in 2005. Yeah, I think you're going to see more and more procedural generation used. I don't think procedural generation is necessarily the problem. It's how it's utilized. Like, I think it's utilized really, really well in No Man's Sky. I think it can be utilized really, really well anywhere. You know? Yeah. So this is a PlayStation Portal OLED scheduled for 2026. It is claimed. Let's see. The claim on the PlayStation Portal OLED model comes from Kepler on NeoGAF in the thread. Kepler first mentioned that the PlayStation handheld will be RDNA 5 before discussing the Portal. Then they stated that the original Portal model seems to be a success, with PlayStation working on another version this year. When asked which version they would be referring to, said the OLED version. The PlayStation Portal received a surprise cloud streaming update. That was a real big surprise since everybody told me that wasn't possible. Not everybody. A lot of you said. Not a lot of you. Some of you said it wasn't possible. With the new update, the PlayStation Portal OLED model will be more attractive to new customers. However, we have yet to receive official confirmation, so readers will take this information with a grain of salt for now. I don't think Kepler misses, though. NeoGAF still exists? Yeah. Yep. Yes. Excuse me. How much will the OLED cost? I don't know. I would think going up from the 200 normal portal to like 3 or 350, maybe 400. It depends though. Like hardware prices are getting a little bonkers. So did they get enough to make this and not have to worry about that? You know, tariffs are still in the room. So yeah, it could end up being $399. That's double though. That's, I don't know. It's kind of steep considering you can't install anything on it native. Unless, of course, they give it enough native installation size to install things like a Netflix or an HBO app or something. How much RAM does it have? Yeah, I mean it's a cloud play device, remote play device. So I don't necessarily know if that price point would jive with people. You know what I mean? Dropping 400 on a remote play cloud play device. Yeah, maybe. I mean, are there other devices like that out there right now that are just purely cloud, and what do they run? I don't do a lot with cloud, so I couldn't even remotely guess or answer. Yo, Heath Stevens with 25 months. It's good to have people that tell the truth. Keep up the good work. I appreciate that, man. Let me add you to the total. We're at 562. We're 13 away from the next milestone. Excuse me. Is it still warm? Just warm enough. If you got a Steam Deck or an Asus ROG Ally, you could remote play as well. Yeah, if you've got kind of a solution already in that department, it can't be too expensive, or it's not going to have like a. You want people to see it as an accessory to their existing, their PlayStation. Like it's I think that's one of the reasons that the Portal for the 200 did so well initially. It exceeded expectations because I think people just saw it as a nice accessory to their console. $200, boom, easy. You start getting up there, I remote play with the Steam Deck, and it actually plays in HDR. Portal can't do that. Yeah, I mean, if you're wanting a more robust solution, I think there are certainly better options out there. The Portal is literally meant to be an accessory to the PlayStation. Now, obviously, when they added cloud, you can buy it, grab that subscription to PS Plus, and you don't even need the console, right? Wasn't easy to find, but I think OARPG is online action RPG. Okay. What roundtable? It's the one that I did last week, the gaming roundtable with Ginger Prime. So we'll be on there again this week. So you guys are down to exactly 1 hour. If you want to make my wife play High Guard tomorrow, we are streaming tomorrow no matter what. You guys have unlocked that. So, madam, if you guys have never seen that segment before, we have her to react to the week's gaming news. It's very funny. Mike Straw is reporting. I don't know if he's reporting or hinting, claiming. I'm not sure what this is. I like Mike Straw. He's over there at Insider Gaming. He says Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase February the 5th. So that's next week on Thursday. Now, we heard that rumor already. We also heard that the week following there's supposed to be a PlayStation State of Play. Right here. VGC corroborates a report that Nintendo Direct partner is taking place on February the 5th. Okay. Let's see here. A Nintendo Direct is reportedly coming next week. Okay, so it's going to be a partner Direct. Star Wars Outlaws, Octopath Traveler 0, and more. So this is going to focus on third party, it sounds like. It's going to have... Oh, they held one in... Okay, hang on. No, they held a partner Direct last July, which featured games like this. So this doesn't make any sense as a... Right here. I'm sorry. The last Nintendo Partner Direct featured Star Wars Outlaws, Octopath Traveler 0, and more. Okay, so they're just referencing the last one, so we don't actually know. Okay, games already confirmed for Switch 2, Elden Ring, 007 First Light, Indiana Jones, Great Circle, and From Software's Duskbloods. I mean, Duskbloods is coming this year, isn't it? So if it's a Partner Direct, yeah, it's going to be third party. People are really kind of holding out, and I think maybe a little bit more interested in a first party Nintendo Direct. You know, when's the next mainline Zelda or Mario coming? So partner directs aren't really bad. I hope we get some new third party games. Partner directs are great for people who are like primarily gaming on their Switch too. I think a lot of us aren't doing that. So a partner direct isn't really that interesting. If that makes sense. It's like if you're not primarily gaming on the Switch 2, then a partner direct is kind of like a non-starter for you. You're like, yeah, okay, I've already got all those games, or I've already played them, or I'll play them on my PC, PlayStation, or Xbox. So I think the last time we watched a partner direct, we didn't get the greatest like response from y'all, and I think that's probably part of the reason why. If it's a mainline Nintendo Direct and they're talking about their own stuff, I think people are way more interested. So this guy tweeted, Grok Imagine generates gaming videos better than real games with more effects. I'm just going to show it without comment, y'all. Just, yeah. Shown without comment, okay? Every day someone posts something like that. Like y'all know, I've made and we've showcased music here and stuff that I've made with AI. I have never thought it was good, mind-blowing or great. I do it for the catharsis of it. It's fun, it's enjoyable. It's just something I do for me. I would never be like, y'all listen to this, man. This is better than like everything that's on the radio. Like imagine me doing that. Imagine me being like, y'all, this is gonna top the charts. Like, no, I'm literally doing it for the catharsis. It's fun. I don't think I'm doing anything that's miraculous or special. Like, I enjoy writing. I've always enjoyed writing. It's cathartic. That's all. These guys make like a video and they're like, this looks better than $100 million budget movies. It's like, huh? What? Huh? What'd you say? There's at least one person in Discord who would disagree with you. Yes. Haseo thinks very highly of the music, and I love him and appreciate him for that. But I know what it is. It's a pure exercise in catharsis. It's not something that's going to do anything ever. You know? You got to look at AI created stuff with a straight face. You got to look at it with a straight face, y'all. Oh, yeah. All right, guys. We are continuing here just to look at the feed, see if anything is going on. If you're seeing anything, feel free to let me know. Anything you want to discuss. Just going to refresh here and see if anything's going on. Plenty to talk about. Plenty to react to. We're going to be on the gaming roundtable here. Going to be on the gaming roundtable here in about 52 minutes. Looks better than the MCU movies. The AI movie features people with too many or not enough appendages, weird physics, and uncanny valley expressions. Yeah. I like the ones where they're like rescuing a fox from the ice or something, and the fox like teleports, or like its head comes out of its butt, and you're like, what the heck? And you're like, that fox is apparently a magician and a contortionist. What the huh? This is definitely breaking news. Shroud shows off his gaming mouse. He says, is this gross or is this normal? I think that gunk on the side of your mouse is gross. It's not normal, Shroud. You gotta clean that off, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? You gotta watch that off every once in a while, man. Are you still streaming from YouTube while on the roundtable? Oh, no. I don't do that. If I go on a podcast, I send everybody to the podcast. Yeah. I don't continue to stream. I don't if I were to do a podcast and have people on the podcast, that's just kind of what I think is like the expectation. You know what I mean? That you're gonna send folks there to watch, right? Yo, Mike on the mic bumps the line with 1 and gets us to 563. Is it live? Yes, it will be live. You guys can watch it in 51 minutes. I will provide you with the link. I should probably set up redirect now that I'm thinking about it. Here, let me set up redirect. There we go. Saved, boys. Thar Shiblos. Appreciate the gifted. That's very kind. Thank you, Mike on the mic. YouTube, I currently owe you 4 members. You get this thing to 575 on owe you a 5-bomb. I'll do the 5-bomb before we leave today. So, boom. It amazes me how many times in a week that Joey Swole can call people out that get like upset when they're filming in a gym and someone gets in the shot. It amazes me. You know what I mean? I'm not in gym culture. You know what I'm saying? What are we doing? What's this? We got the studio head and game director at Wildlife Entertainment says, big update coming at 10 a.m. Pacific. You'll want to see this one. All right, so High Guard's getting a big update in 50 minutes. No, yeah. Wait, no, wait. Yeah, 50 minutes. I can do math. Topics for the podcast. High Guard. Toxic empathy is one of the things Ginger wants to talk about. Microsoft and the Xbox Q2 reports, the Nintendo Direct, and whatever else comes up is what Ginger has our sights set on, boys. What's going on with the Game Maker is on PlayStation 2 versions. One's 39 and then one jumps to 139. I don't even know. What the heck is Icarus? Get out the confetti. That guy kept saying that earlier about Crimson Desert. He's like, you better get your confetti ready. Get that confetti out. I was like, okay. The split fiction movie starring Sydney Sweeney has had the first version of its script finalized, according to the game's director. Joseph Fares says he's had a meeting with her and she seems super chill, adding that she's hyped for the film. You know, I really like split fiction. I'm just, just gonna maybe go in a little bit of a different direction than maybe a lot of us were expecting. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, boys. Yeah. Is the real high guard hidden in the game? Mm-hmm. Yep. The highest of guards. She can play Zoe. I'm assuming she's going to play Zoe. And it's not really that kind of game. I mean, there's like one outfit that Zoe wears that's like got like her shoulder out. You know what I mean? So I don't know if they're going to take it that route. Like, it's not a game where that's a thing. So if they take it that route and they have Sydney Sweeney being, if she's Sydney Sweeneying all over the place, that's a very different vibe for the movie. So we'll see, because there's like heartfelt moments and like, it's semi-serious at times. I don't know. So in conclusion, you're not a fan of skill-based matchmaking. What? High Guard final level episode confirmed. Yep. It's coming. We're going to see it. Its final form is emerging. It's coming. It's coming, y'all. Omar says, I'll check it out if it's rated R. That would be, I think there's the possibility it could be rated R because of language. The bad guy could be, cursing a lot and saying a lot. I mean, you get enough curse words in there, you'll get your rated R rating. So I love that part in Split Fiction where Sydney Sweeney'd all over the place. It's possible. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to need a quick break. If you guys haven't hit the like button yet on YouTube, do me a favor and do that. I don't want to have to take a break whenever I go over to do the podcast. So I'm going to take my break now, all right? So take a quick moment. If you haven't hit like, you guys that lurk and listen, make sure you've hit that thumbs up. Try to get us to 300. And I will be back. I'll be back momentarily. And you guys are... YouTube, you're working on the next milestone, I think. I think Twitch may be sitting this one out. So I will be right back. Thank you guys so much for being here. Ooh. Holy mackerel. It's so cold. Ward Huff. Thank you, Ward Huff, for 41 months. That's a lot of months, Ward. And then a single gifted. Boom. Petrov was putting the buffering thing. We didn't have any issues while I was gone, did we? Anyways, we're a 10 bomb away. I owe you guys 5 at the 75. We'll see. We'll see if it happens. And checking the feeds here while we wait. We're going to the round table. Ooh, whoo, gaming. All hail half of the black chair. Yeah, I started doing that because I figured out the static was jumping off the chair and hitting the boom. So I slide the mic forward and go over there and it doesn't happen anymore. It's just been so cold and so dry. There's so much static buildup in the office, and I just didn't want that to keep happening. So, whew, man. Whew, my goodness. It is chilly out here. It's chilly out here, boys. All right. Right. If you guys haven't played it or checked it out, Cairn, that climbing game, has like an 87 on OpenCritic. It got a really, really good score. People seem to be really, really liking it. So make sure and check that one out if you haven't already. Like to see those little games get all that great support and success when they do well. Karen. It's like C-A-I-R-N, Karen. Yeah. It's a climbing game. I was playing it last night. It's fun. Okay, so Risic, what's the content loop? Like, it's not a rogue, right? You're actually like trying to get to the top, right? Chili? Is it a winter season for you? Yeah, you could call it that. 22 degrees out. Next 2 days, the low is single digits, 2 and 6. We'll get some distance from it, and then the cold will come back again. It is, it's nippy out, boys. I'll check it out. I didn't get a chance to check it out last night. I'm working my way through Crypt Custodian, which is really, really fun. And then my wife and I are playing Core Keeper. I've been wanting to try that one with the kiddos, but they're on that Fortnite. They are on that Fortnite. So I'm outside and it's 14 degrees. I don't want to hear about it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Rope. It's probably a bit of a sore subject. Yes, you're just trying to get to the top. You can camp and get food or sleep. Huh. You're supposed to refreeze here. Not looking forward to that. No, sir. Eek. It's funny when they revealed the game, the internet bashed the game, and now they're praising it. What a timeline we live in. I don't remember anybody bashing it. Why were people bashing it? It's just like a little indie climbing game. Yeah. There's always one guy that's like, it ain't that cold. There's always that guy that like won't wear a coat. It's like middle of winter. Homie in shorts and a t-shirt, you know. Okay. Don't really need one. It's like, My son's gonna be that guy. And he's already kind of like that. He's like outside in friggin' shorts, no shoes, just. Video game stocks are suddenly crashing today with the launch of Google's Project Genie launch as investors think games will start getting made with AI. Oh, that's adorable. Yeah, Take-Two's stock drop. Roblox, CD Projekt Red, Unity. I can't wait to see them all lose tons of money on that. Oh my gosh. These just idiots. They really think that, like, how could you not look at what AI's done up to now and been so not profitable for so many companies and be like, no, this time. This time's going to be different. Time to grab Take-Two dip. Yeah, if you want to grab on the dip, I mean, now's not a bad time because you know that GTA is going to cause it to bounce. See so many ads telling us how great AI is. I mean, guys, if we were all just more positive about it, you know, AI would do better. You know, if we were just nice about it. Step into Nia in the official trailer for Under the Island. Battle fierce monsters, solve clever puzzles. Under the Island releases into the wild on February the 17th for PC, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and Xbox. Okay, this looks like somebody who really wants The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past to come back. You found one honeypot. A what now? Say honeypot? So if you guys want what looks like a love letter to fans of The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, that homie got a hockey stick. I don't know about that bear. I don't know, man. That bear's posture is a little worrisome. AI is such a pyramid scheme right now. It really, and I mean really, reminds me of all those NFT bros. Like, that's what it reminds me of. Just people insisting like it's like the next thing. You know? It's like you just keep trying to tell us it's just going to be this amazing thing, and, you know, time and time again, I feel like when you're trying to convince us something's going to be super awesome and super amazing, it's like, you shouldn't need to convince me. It was like, I remember once I went and did an interview for what they said was a job, and it was a pyramid scheme. And after I left, like, basic logic just descended on me. And it was like, they were trying really hard to convince me to do this. It's usually the other way around. Like, if it's a job, I'm trying to convince you to hire me, rather than like you trying to convince me to come and do the thing, right? So that's what this feels like. It feels like you're trying so hard to convince us that this is the thing that it's obvious to me that it's not. It was just like the NFT nonsense. It's like all those NFT bros just kept insisting that this is it. This you just don't understand. You don't understand the technology. You know, you just don't get it. Whatever you say, Turbo. Whatever you say. If you guys are just tuning in or you've been listening and lurking for a while, be sure to hit the like button. We were talking about Crimson Desert. We looked at the trailer. We looked at the new footage. I've kind of voiced my concerns about it. And I'll be on a podcast in 32 minutes. We're going to join the Gaming Roundtable podcast. So time's a ticking, boys. If you're wanting to make Madam Play Highguard. Also, if you're one of the lucky people that got a gifted member today, man, people were very, very generous on YouTube. Be sure to use that membership. You have access to the Discord, and that is where we do Green Room. That's a great way to stay connected to the community over the weekend if you're looking for people to play games with, stuff like that. So be sure, if you, again, are one of the lucky ones that receive that gifted membership, to use that membership, get access for the next month. I did that one time. I went to high school with, and after we were both like, that's totally a pyramid scheme. Yeah. The first time I ever got exposed to a pyramid scheme, my dad had to explain it to me because I was 18, 17, went to the interview and came back, and I was explaining it to my dad, and my dad was like, no. He's like, this is known as a pyramid scheme. And he had to explain to me the way that it works. And he's like, yeah, it was Cutco knives. Yeah. Good stream, deuces. I'll end up trying Crimson on PC, and even there, I doubt looking that good. LOL. See you later. All right, see you. Zimpachi, thanks for being here today. I don't have access. I was kicked the day that I joined. Well, you are a troll account, sir. So, you kind of have to wear that. You kind of have to wear that, goat. You know? I had the same interview with Cutco Knives. Really? Yeah, dude. I'm 44. So we're talking, 26 years ago, roughly. And then, man, they had me convinced. The thing that they got me with was I was suspicious immediately, but then they said they would pay me hourly regardless of what I sold. And I kept telling my dad, I was like, Dad, even if I don't sell anything, I'm going to make money. He's like, no. He's like, they're lying to you. He's like, there's no way they're going to pay you hourly. He's like, there's no way. Because I remember thinking, and I remember telling them, like, what if I don't sell anything? And they're like, oh, well, you just log your hours and we pay you hourly. And I remember telling my dad that. I'm like, Dad, I don't know. I was like, at the very least, I could just do this and make some money. And he was like, no. He was like, they're not going to pay you hourly. He's like, they're just saying that. There's probably some loophole or something in the phrasing that you won't be paid. Mine was a book sales company selling textbooks to high schoolers. Yeah. It's ridiculous. I was hoping to be Max Payne remake reveal before the Control sequel, but should have known better since Rockstar is handling the marketing for Max Payne, and we won't see that until after GTA 6 is out. I picked up on it right away. It made no sense to me. Yeah, and on reflection, as my dad dispensed wisdom on this, doe-eyed little idiot that I was, he's like, they were trying to convince you to work for them. He was like, why would they need to do that? You're the one that needs to convince them to hire you. And man, they were slick. They were like, we really sensed something special about you. And you're a teenager. You're thinking, oh wow, yeah, I'm impressive. We really sensed something special about you. And yeah, no. They kept telling me that the more I sold, the more I make. People are dumb. Show them nice shaped knife and they will buy it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's just one of them things, man. Everybody's got to learn that lesson. You either buy the knife set and then get stuck with it, learn your lesson, or you smell it for what it is and you pass. And you're like, no, I'm good. Checking the news feeds here. Google has begun selling access to Project Genie, an interactive world creation tool that lets you generate playable environments from a prompt, including those featuring Nintendo characters. We're about to see the battle of the ages. Nintendo is not going to abide that. Cutco goes after everyone after high school. Yeah. The moment you're on the hook for inventory should be your sign. Yep. That's right. I mean, that's going to be a legal battle for the ages. Nintendo is not going to be like, yeah, that's totally fine. I always ask the leaders why they are selling more kits than product. I don't understand the way you're phrasing that. Lono in chat, I heard they're pushing Control back. I hope that's not true. I think maybe you heard wrong. There was a rumor it was coming out in Q2, and Remedy came out and said, we never said that. So I don't think they're pushing it back. I think they just shot down the notion that it was coming out in the second quarter of this year. I think it's probably going to come out third quarter. Everybody's going to avoid fourth quarter because of GTA 6. Google, please, for the love of everything, use our AI. We need money. Yeah. Could you overpower the pyramid scheme, though, and make money? Pyramid schemes work for the guy at the top. If you climb and you get a bunch of people under you, and all those people under you get people under them, and so forth, you can make a ton of money. It always runs out of gas, though. You run out of people. You eventually people catch on, and then it's over. They started every single time one of them would crop up, they'd have to like phrase it differently. I forget what the one time they called it. They called it, this is not a pyramid scheme. This is network marketing. I'm like, network marketing? What the huh? Stupid question, but what months are Q3? Well, what you would do is you would break the year into 4 quarters. That's what a quarter is. So you'd break it into 4 quarters. So you'd have 3 months each time. Yeah, multi-level marketing. Yeah, that's what they called it. Multi-level marketing. Yes. So that would mean after the 6th month, it'd be your 7th, 8th, and 9th month of the year would be your third quarter. July to September. That's how you figure it out. Guy at the bottom makes little to nothing. Yeah. Quarter depends on the company. I mean, if they're talking fiscal quarters, sure. But if you're talking about quarters of the year where you're releasing games, I would imagine it's literally every 3 months. Not all companies are on the same calendar. Fiscal quarters are split weird. Yeah, I don't think when we typically hear about games launching Q1, 2, 3, 4, I don't think we get into weird breakdowns. I think it's pretty standard that if they say Q3, they're talking July to September. If they say Q4, they're talking up to October to December. I mean, I could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure when we talk about like the release calendar, they're not getting into I don't think they're getting into fiscal calendars. That would be kind of confusing. All right, guys, 23 minutes, and we're going to be going to this gaming roundtable with Ginger. The clock is ticking. Tick, tick, ticking away. And let's see. Companies are talking fiscal years because it signals to shareholders. Yeah, I mean, like for us though, have you been doing a lot of content with Ginger Prime? I watched some of his content for Final Fantasy. No, I did in the past. We did some stuff together, and then there was a while there where I wasn't really doing shows with anybody. And then recently, he's got this thing he does on Friday, and it fits really perfectly with my schedule. So, it's bad I'm playing High Guard. No, the goal for that was 750. You guys are going to have to scramble in the next 20 minutes if you want that to happen. If YouTube can make it hit 575, I owe you guys 5. I currently owe you guys 4. I was going to wait and just drop a 5 bomb because we were kind of moving and grooving there for a minute. So, yeah, you guys are going to have to hustle and bat signal the big boys because this is we're now in the final stretch. You guys have done more than this in 22 minutes before. I mean, I think the record was like 400 something members in like a 15-minute period or something insane. There was a time where you guys like literally broke chat and YouTube. Yeah, Metal Matt and Bubble Pants are trying to bat signal the 50 bombs with that farty bomb emote. But Madam and I are streaming tomorrow no matter what. You guys got that. 500, we have her react to gaming news on a Saturday. It's an extra stream. It's the weekend. We did move the segment to Saturday because it's easier for us to do it. And it's also easier for you guys to attend. Yeah. I had no idea until recently that the audio clip of the dude yelling Phil Spencer was Ginger. Yeah, a lot of people don't understand why he's doing that either. Yo, your boy Chris, thank you so much. He basically fought for years and wanted so badly to see Final Fantasy come to Xbox that when they were doing that show and he heard the name Phil Spencer, to him it was like a dream come true. It was like something that he had been passionate about for years. So he just got super emotional because it's just, it's something that he cared about. Jason Schreier says, gaming stocks are dropping today after Google's rollout of Project Genie, an AI tool that lets users create and explore virtual worlds for 60 seconds. This is the result of a market that does not understand how video games are made. Allow me to suggest that the street read blood, sweat, and pixels. No, I say let them lose a bunch of money. I'm a market Darwinist. Let them. Let these idiots throw and just, I want them to, because it'll make it, this will be a great threshing floor. It'll be wonderful. AI will have so much doubt and skepticism happening after this all blows up in their face that it'll be so hard for all these little like throwaway companies and scams. They won't be able to get backing anymore. AI-based projects and things like that, one of the best things that could happen is that all these companies lose tons and tons of money by backing this. And then they'll say, screw that. Like, start backing, traditional game development and, not all this slop that we see. So, I'm all about it. I, for one, await their financial harm. I think it'll be great. I did the Cutco. They pay you hourly for the training, and then they force you to buy the demo kit, and then only pay you commission. Take-Two fiscal years, April 2025 to March 2026, is why they use the term fall 2025 in GTA 6 release. We got a while before the bubble fails. I mean, companies right now that are throwing a bunch of money at like AI slop like this, them losing money is great. That's what you want. You want them to be like, well, that was stupid, and then they won't do it in the future. They'll be more picky. You don't want to. You don't like seeing companies basically dump. If they're like dumping stock in like more traditional publishing efforts, or companies that are known for their engines or development tools. If you're dumping those and grabbing this because you think this is the next big thing, it's like, yeah, good luck. Good luck, man. Slav, bad misuse and abuse of AI is bad. We need to normalize them as tools as they were intended and not be replacement. That's right. We need 10 members a minute, says Siege Master. 10 members a minute. I don't know, Siege. I think she's getting off the hook. I think she's just going to have to react to gaming news. Marriage saved. She's not going to have to play. Oh, man. She's going away tonight. She's going to be out of town. Madam's going to be out of town. She'll be back like tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening for dinner. So she'll be thrilled. How exactly is AI being defined? It's too broad of a field in game dev. Yeah, I do think it's pretty broad. Make her play one round for science. Oh, no. No, that was not the deal. I am not installing that game on anything that I own unless you guys do it. Unless you guys do it. Saved by the Bell. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. I'll post a link in the chat in about 15 minutes or so, and we're gonna head over to the gaming roundtable with Ginger. Melrose Mac, what badge do you have? I haven't seen one gradient like that. Oh yeah, that's I forget which badge that is. Is that 5 years? I don't know. Jack Garland says, I'm getting busy with the wife. I expect to see 25 more members by the time I get back. I don't know, Jack. Wide Rope says, Intel, AMD, NVIDIA, they're all down. I never looked into what the game was about. I'll see what this little movie's all about. Wait, what game are you talking about? That's a nice badge you got there. Yeah, I think the gradients start at like what Jack Garland has. I think is like the first. I think that's the first gradient badge. Yeah, I think after that, I think they start changing colors. Playing High Guard, I wouldn't wish that kind of punishment even on people I don't like. I doubt we can do that in 3 minutes. No, not 3 minutes. Yeah. 20 members in 20 seconds is difficult. That's a good joke. That's a good joke, Eugene. Not a lot of people are going to get that. Melrose Mike says 5 years. Yeah. Okay, so that's a 5-year badge. There you go. I'll play High Guard for free. What do you mean? You already are. You already are, Sven. You already are playing for free, bro. Okay. Arc Raiders players are furious after an exploit returns just days after being patched. Really? It's unfortunate, man. Folks are going to hurt that game. I mean, they're going to bludgeon it with all these exploits. They really are. Yeah, Raven's got the green background. Yeah. That's the first gradient that shows up. I believe that's 4 years. Then 5 years it switches. Zintho says, there's some fun to have in High Guard. Not much, but there's a nugget there. Yeah. Welcome back, Jack. Wait, I didn't even see Jack talk. Is he back? Why don't I see his comment? That's weird. Is YouTube chat messing up? I don't see him talking. Oh, they're making a joke. I was like, huh? I was like, I don't see him say anything. Google unveils Project Genie, create an AI game. That's right. They're making it didn't last long joke. Yeah, I'm catching that now. That's not the first time that's happened, though. People are, like, replying to somebody, and, like, I totally don't see their name. They, like, blend in. And I'm like, what? And it, like, takes me a second. So I legit wasn't sure. Like, I was like, is that happening? Which exploit? Let's see here. Game Rant's reporting on it. Players have quickly discovered a method to once again duplicate items, blueprints, and more. So, yeah. The patch notes state that update 1.12.0 fixes exploits for item and ammo duplication. It looks like the community has either found the new way to exploit the duplication glitch, or the patch didn't fix anything at all. Regardless, players want to see it fixed as soon as possible. The thing is, if they can tell whether or not people are duplicating... Yo, Metal Matt says, I'm glad mine's not black, green and black anymore. I don't feel like a noob anymore. There you go. Don't worry, with all these exploits and cheaters and stream snipers and arc raiders, Marathon can come out with all original content, perfect serviceability, unexploitable game day one, and the game's strictest anti-cheat. Yeah, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. All right, boys. We are nearing the final countdown. We are nearing the final countdown, boys. I need to get that link so that I can spam it for you guys. Hang on, I'm on the wrong mouse. Do I have it saved already? I do. Okay, there we go. I remember duping in Diablo 3. Someone duped hundreds of gems. I remember my buddies were playing, I think it was Borderlands 2. And they were duping. And not only were they duping, but they were using these like hacked weapons. I think the weapons were black or something, and like you couldn't even see them. And they would just basically one-shot everything. So I told them, don't do that. I said, you're going to ruin your experience. And they're like, no, man, we're having fun. My buddy came back like a day or two later, and he was like, you were totally right. He's like, I literally started all the way over with a fresh install. He's like, I was so bored. An update on the following changes will be rolled out. Oh, there's an update coming to Octopath Traveler 0. Okay, so YouTube, I owe you 4 members, okay? I was gonna wait and drop the 5 bomb because I thought we were gonna hit that 575. So what I'll probably do is I don't want to scramble to do 4 singles right now. I think what I'll do is, since the Saturday stream with Madam is a public stream, I'll just wait and see if I end up owing you guys any during that stream. Because that stream with Madam will be tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. So I'm just going to hold that for, unless, you guys got some time here, unless somebody does something in the next little bit. I'm going to hold that for, because I just prefer to do the 5 bomb instead of hitting the thing 4 different times. Because a lot of times when I do that, they'll block me from doing any more. You do them too close together. What is this game that is... Oh, Half Sword is on sale for $20 if you guys were interested in that game on Steam. I admit I duped that special book with a dog one of the few I did. I remember I got some kind of a duped item in Diablo 1, and I was playing with a buddy of mine. Risic. This man is just been putting it on his back and carrying the member count. A 10 bomb to get us 576. Okay, I owe you guys 5. Let's do it now. Let's do it now. Boom, boom. And here we go. Boom. There's the 5 that I owe. I'm all paid up. You guys got 8 minutes to scramble. It cannot be all Risic. Can't do it that way. That's not the way to do it. So, Risic, you got to chill, bro. You got to chill. You've done enough. Markets are the last measure on the industry. I remember when a dead stock got basically revived because investors thought it was Zoom during the pandemic. Zoom stock symbol is ZM. They invested in Zoom, a dead Chinese company. A dead Chinese med company. Oh my gosh. That's hysterical. I don't think I remember seeing that happen. But it is funny that it did. Yo, that's nuts. A 50 bomb from Detective Seeds. He says, I want to see. This man says, I want to see. He wants it. He wants the chaos. He's like, I want to see your wife friggin' play High Guard. Now, it's showing 2 at the top. That's a glitch. It's just the 1. Ain't no way you're doing back-to-backs, dude. Ain't no way. Oh, my word. This man comes back in. Just starts making it rain. Well, it's still possible. You guys have got time. You got 5 minutes. He gave you a real shot. He gave you a real shot. See? Yeah. He came in, said what needed to be said, and has been hanging out today, being a homie. He gave you a shot. Yeah, Hex. A DM, a text, and then today he even came in and addressed it in chat. So I respected it. I was like, I appreciate it, man. What do we got? What do you? 5 minutes. You guys. He gave you a real shot here, boys. See, we happy to hear that. Yeah, man. Good to see. Wait. I owe. Don't I? So I owe 2 right now. I owe 2. Again, I'm going to hold off. I don't want to do 2 singles. I'm going to hold off. I owe 2 right now. From what he just did. New here, what's the roundtable about? Forget about the 50 bomb. Just have it here. It's been mended. Oh, yeah. I didn't even expect anybody to come in and be doing that. I mean, that's obviously well above and beyond and very appreciated. So the roundtable with Ginger and the guys is going to be about High Guard, the Xbox earnings this week, Nintendo Direct, and anything else that comes up. Those are the subjects that are on the docket. So, yeah. If you guys are going to scramble, now is the time, because once we're over in this other show, it's not on my channel. You can't work on the goal anymore. We'll be out of here. I'm going to spam a link in chat here in a few minutes, and we are going to head over. I'm going to redirect as well. I think redirect works a little bit better when you go to another person's channel. Like whenever I would redirect to my own channel, it wasn't always, like if we were doing gameplay or something, wasn't always the best. I feel like it works a little bit better when I send you to another channel, which is, I would say it's good. It'd be great if it works, it'd be great if it worked the same for both, but I'm pretty sure when I redirect you to Ginger's channel and show, it's usually pretty good. Yeah. Lono, you will be allowed to play Marathon. I don't see why not. I'm not like legitimately banned. I'm not like legitimately banned in Destiny. We got ourselves a countdown. I was letting them know. So it looks like Madam's going to be completely off the hook, y'all. In 3 minutes, I don't know. It's probably not happening. So tomorrow night, what we'll do is, if you guys are unfamiliar with the format, we go live around 8 p.m. Eastern, okay? We've moved it to Saturday night. More of you seem to be able to come when it's a Saturday night as opposed to Friday night, okay? So we'll be going through the gaming news. Madam will react. It's about an hour and a half segment or so. It's not as long. That way we can kind of have a normal evening. Some of the times we were here, it would go really, really late. if you were going to make her play High Guard, we were going to make that like the second segment of the night. It was gonna probably go late, or maybe not. So yeah. That's what we'll be doing tomorrow, unless a miracle happens in the next 2 minutes. So 5 bomb from Siege Master. He says, I believe he's already banned from Marathon. I don't think so. The ban from Destiny wasn't even legitimate. It was like a Steam ban. It was a dev ban on Steam. I'm not actually banned from the game. It was like a Steam dev ban. I go to the website and I'm not banned. Like, I can talk on the forums and anything. I don't know. It's weird. It wasn't like a genuine ban. And then I would appeal it, and they would just close the ticket. They never even provided the terms of service violation. It was like, because I didn't. So, pre-banned? Yeah, maybe. Is it 700 or 750 for the High Guard stream? It's 750. It's 750. Can someone link to the podcast, please? I will put a link in chat. Yes, D-Bob. Yeah. Oh, I popped my foot. That felt great. Final countdown. 1 minute, boys. I'm going to give you guys a link. Let me make sure I've got it. It's Gaming Roundtable, episode 230. 237. We'll be going over there in just a moment. In just a brief moment. And make sure you guys are hitting the like button on the way out. And hey, let's do our thing over there, y'all. Go over there and hit the like button and go crazy on this episode. It will help it. You know, it'll pull more people in. Yeah. $30 seconds. There is a little bit of stream delay, so I give you guys like a teeny bit of grace here, but I'm gonna be spamming the link here. All right, so Twitch, here you go. There you go, Twitch. And there you go, YouTube. You can use the link in chat. Twitch, you're gonna have to use the link in chat. I can't redirect you. I cannot redirect you. Seed says, well, we almost ended a marriage. If you guys show up tomorrow night and scramble for it, I'll honor it. But we got to go. All right. So use the link in chat. I'll also redirect you guys on YouTube. Okay. I'll see you guys over there. Let's have a good convo with those boys over there. It was a great time last week. All right. I'll see you guys in a minute.